you need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
Well, welcome Saturday afternoon football. It is round 12 of the TPIL Lawyers QAFL Premiership season. Wilston Grange at home facing Redland-Victoria Point. Hickey Park is your venue. My name's Nick Davis, my co-commentator this afternoon, Jack Fulham. Well, Redland-Victoria Point, they are back. They had challenged the competition, but it's time in the Gorillas season, as it usually comes, to try and show what they've got for the back end.
It is. We've got a matchup between 5th playing 10th. Redland-Victoria Point, 7 wins, 3 losses as they look to defend their premiership. They won in September last year. Wilston Grange, they're 10th on the ladder, the reverse of Redland-Victoria Point with the 3 wins, 7 losses. But there's been some green shoots for the Gorillas in season 2026, and on their home deck they need a big showing this afternoon under bright blue sunny skies here on the north side of Brisbane, Dickie.
Yeah, this is absolutely picturesque, of course. Tough week last week for the Gorillas, going down to Maroochydore by 52 points. And, well, it was Redland-Victoria Point. They are flying high. 1 point win over their perennial arch rivals in Morningside. But, look, anything can happen. It is Sponsors Day today down here at Hickey Park as well. We've got the double header. We've got the QAFL W straight after this, so don't think about going anywhere. You are right here on the TPIL Lawyers QAFL live stream going out across the country. Jack, I want to see something for the Gorillas today. What are we looking for?
Well, I'm looking for Darby Breeden, in fact, to continue his great form. He leads them in goals. He's their number 1 disposal player. He's their number 1 clearance player. He has been an absolute star. So I'm looking forward to seeing him live in the flesh this afternoon. For the Sharks, who do you like?
Well, look, it's very hard to go past Matt Hamilton, already sitting on 69 goals for the season. Very nice indeed. But look, we worried at the start of the year going, will the Sharks be able to handle the list turnover? Will things fall away? Will there be that post-premiership hangover? But it doesn't look like it. They're really starting to stretch the competition at the moment. As we said, 7-3, looking to go 8-3 and set up a great back half of the season. But look, there's a few players that they weren't in their premiership side last year. I'm looking at Alex Pope, who now is really trying to make a name for himself in this starting side as a constant starter. So, look, I'm thinking it's going to be the Sharks afternoon, but as we said, home deck, big crowd today here at Hickey Park. I'm very, very excited.
This should be an absolute beauty. We're not too far away from the bounce. Craig Malone, the Sharks ruckman, he's been in imperious form, the big man, big man of the competition.
The PE teacher.
He'll be going up against his opposite number this afternoon. So, not too far away from a bounce. It'll be Chase Martin, Craig Malone to get us underway. Ball is in the air. Martin got his hands on it first. Breeden went in there, couldn't win the clearance. We've got a tackle and we'll have a ball up just adjacent to the centre circle. The ball in the air again. Malone won the hit out. Aston couldn't grab it at ground level. That was slick hands off the deck. It'll be a free kick for holding on. Advantage paid. Aston puts the Sharks inside forward 50. And guess who? Matt Hamilton. It's taken all of 30 seconds for him to bob up and have a shot on goal 30 metres out.
Yeah, well read there by Aston. Took the advantage at the first opportunity and just caught him on the back foot there. And this is interesting from Hamilton, the setup. But look, 6-9 goals for the year. I think he knows what he's doing.
So going with the around the corner, Hamilton from 25 metres out gets the first of the day. Less than a minute played here at Hickey Park, and the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks have the first of the afternoon. 1 straight 6. The home side yet to score. We've played a minute.
I really like the way Breeden came off that contest. Red Malone is so cleanly out of there. So, as you said, you mentioned him as a player to watch this afternoon at Derby Breeden. So, he's going to cause a lot of problems in there, but it's about nullifying that impact. And, again, the Sharks midfield, we know what they're capable of. You saw just how quick and easy they can get it done. So, Gorillas really need to respond.
So, the perfect start and good first couple of ball ups from our umpires. Thanks to Bradman's Windows and Doors for their continued support of our QAFL umpires. Malone wins the hit out. Here's Scotty Miller. Gets the clearance, the veteran. Dribbled it forward, but that was good play coming off the back from Archie Smith. Ball in the middle of the ground. Manly is there, the skipper. Redland-Victoria Point through Malone. Heaving ball inside forward 50. Brown was one-on-one with his man. Couldn't mark it. Brown went again at ground level. Got the handball back. Good pressure there applied. Manly has it now. Manly looks out to the broadcast side. Kick will bounce in front of the man there. It was Hall. Hall close to the boundary line. Comes back in board. He had a big collision with the advertising hoardings. And now Oliver Morgan kicked it out on the full. That should have been a free kick as he was just flung into the hoardings. But Redland-Victoria Point have it at half back.
So the Sharks looking to set up and rebound. Williams, short ball inside. Finds Pope, we mentioned at the start of the game. And just unlocks the defence there through the middle of the ground. Low chiselling kick was good. Finds Hambleton. Lets switch wide. Finds Aston again. His hand's been hot early. And a man running back with play. Nice and easy. Dylan Smith has taken that in the pocket. And, well, that was borderline uncontested as they cut it diagonally across the field, the Sharks.
So Dylan Smith, he's played plenty of games for the Brisbane Lions VFL, along with his Sharks teammate Charlie Offermans, both back in the lineup this afternoon. We saw him kick that miracle goal in the grand final last year. He's a class player, Dylan Smith, and he's found some space inside forward 50.
Well, yet to hit the scoreboard in a major way this season, Dylan Smith. And he's going to keep it that way. First minus score for the Sharks of the afternoon, 1-1-7. The Gorillas yet to score. Played just over 3 minutes here at Hickey Park.
So on the kick-out duties, it's Smith who goes short into the pocket. And now Morgan, dropped a mark he should have taken. The umpire blew for the mark before he completed it. Called play on, and then Josh Brown escorted Morgan out of play. Throw in 45 metres out. Shark kicking to the left of your screen in this first quarter. TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day at Hickey Park. The Gorillas and the Sharks. So Hamilton doing the ruck work inside forward 50. It was a great tap down, and here's the flying shot from Shepherd. He's away to the left-hand side, and another minor score.
So just a bit of pressure on the Gorillas right now. Saw that forced turnover. They need to keep some composure. Sharks have started hot. Just bombs it long. Half-back flank. Front position. Good clunk as well.
That is a beautiful mark.
So another foray forward, looking in the danger direction. 2-on-1, can't quite pull it down. First of the scene is Housefield. Press hard against the boundary. He just steams through. Have a look at that. Hands over the top. Can he be clean with it? Gets it on the boot. And the Sharks have got their second for the afternoon. Josh Brown over the shoulder. Nice and composed, and I just marched that in.
Well, it was poor checking from the Wilston Grange defence close there to the boundary line. They just opted to try and corral Will Shepherd, and Will Shepherd said, I'm going to take you on, and got all the way to the goal line before feeding it across to Brown. But Brown had to be quick to put it on the boot. It was a clever finish.
The high hand pass could have been hospital.
They've dominated the early stages of this one 5 minutes in. As Brown, as we see so often in the modern game, kicks a goal, comes off for a spell.
Those rotations down to a fine art.
I reckon he's had a bit of artwork done, Josh Brown.
You reckon so?
Yeah.
Bit of asymmetry there.
Yeah. The right leg and the left arm. Covered in tats. We're back in the middle. Malone got the hit out. Here's Aston again. He's been dominant in season 2026. Kick inside forward 50. It got over the head. And here's Offermans from 50 metres out. Has the running shot on goal. Hit the post. They look so dangerous out of the middle this afternoon. Redland-Victoria points. They're 2-3-15. And that's a risky kick coming back into play for the Gorillas. Here's Breeden. Feeds it out to the boundary line. Creighton Forced to go back inboard. The long kick down the line, that'll sail out on the full. And it'll be James Madden, the former Brisbane Lion, to bring it back in.
Well, it's just been elite pressure from the Sharks. We haven't seen a single forward 50 entry for the Gorillas yet. And you can see how they're happy to go fast, but they're happy to slow down play as well. Just keeping full control. Hunkin sees a better option and just bounced out of the hands of Cooper Pell. So now the Gorillas, here's their chance. They've got a man in the middle if he wants him. Got to be clean with it. High pressure hand pass right in the scene is Prokos. And now the Sharks looking into the forward 50 again, going back for the flight. Bravery shown. And now Flynn Cleary can mop up across half-back. And he spots up Horn at half-back flank.
So Horn, limited options, just chips it down the line to Creighton. So Creighton has it. Broadcast wing right in front of our gantry here. And a nice crowd building on the hill here at Wilston Grange. Long kick towards half forward. There was a big leap up there from... And now close to the boundary line was Matea. He sees it across. The leap there from Chase Martin, who has a big task on his hands going up against Craig Malone in the ruck this afternoon. So a throw in just outside the forward 50. This is really Wilston Grange's first attacking foray. We're 7.5 minutes into the game. So Malone and Martin. Malone won the tap out. Van Sanders got it back. Here's Cleary. Pressure affected kick inside forward 50. Went over the head of Matea. Williams took the mark and they're out down the outer side. Chapman forced to go back track, pick it up. Got it back to his man there in Smith. And Smith finds a target out on the opposite side. It's Hunkin.
So Hunkin, true half-back flank. This looks to go back inside to Smith. Under no rush whatsoever. He's happy to swing the footy around to Williams in the back pocket. And now they've found an overlap. It's Bromwich. He's going to chip back inside. Now they move you well. Sullivan just didn't quite hit that one right. Manley, the captain, looks inboard, doesn't have an option, has one a little bit shorter, puts it out in front, looking for Matea. Can't quite get it, but they've got the numbers in quarterback. Going to go again, the Gorillas. And good spot, well done. And it's that man, Darby Breeden. You spoke about at the start of the year, Jack. Who's their leading goal kicker, 15 for season 2026.
Well, it was great pressure inside forward 50 by the Gorillas, and they found a turnover. And Breeden, he's their leading goal kicker. He's so good at finding space inside forward 50, and he is a two-way runner, and he'll have this shot from 45 metres out.
Well, can he get this Sponsors Day crowd up and about here at Hickey Park for the Gorillas first? He's got it. Wilston Grange on the board. Darby Breeden puts through his 16th of the season. And with nearly 9 minutes gone, it is the Gorillas 1 straight 6. They are trailing Redland-Victoria Point 2-3-15.
Well, that's a beautiful finish. Not a lot of breeze to speak of here at Hickey Park this afternoon. But from 45 metres out, those shots are always tough. Had to kick right through the footy, and he made no mistake, Darby Breeden. So that's the major that the Gorillas needed.
Well, I was very happy to see them capitalise just on the small little mistake there. Redland-Victoria Points have looked so controlled coming out of their back line, but to watch the Gorillas pounce on that area shows that they are up and about this afternoon, and they will make you pay on the turnover. So just maybe a little bit of warning sign to the Sharks to not be complacent around the contest, and that this is a team that is up for a fight this afternoon.
So Malone and Martin. Martin won the tap. He did well. And then slung off the kick was Breeden again. Bursting through there was Morgan, and then going off the ground was Fazaldine. We got a free kick. It won't be paid downfield. It'll come back to the man in the centre square. It was Morgan. So Morgan toe pokes it inside forward 50. Getting out the back there was Madden, who gathered. He put his man under pressure with the handball. Madden had to go back in and get it again. Fazaldine picked up the footy and launched a shot from 40 metres out, kicked it out on the full.
Well, it's been a good couple of minutes for the Gorillas here. Just forcing their agenda upon the game. Bit of a slow start in those first 5 minutes.
And I think we've lost a footy.
It does happen.
Happens here at Wilston Grange, especially if you get one in that left-hand forward pocket down there. You can, it can go all the way down to the Kedron Brook.
All I'm saying is if you want to set up a system to pick yourself up a Sharon, you just have a team assembled.
Which is great in the level of footy that we play in, lower levels where it's just time-capped 20-minute quarters. If you need a breather, you just go and kick it down into the brook.
Send it.
Boys will sit out 5 minutes.
So plenty of time for the Gorillas to set up in defence. Now ready to be launched back in. Also blowing out the length of this quarter. Big pack flies and taken by Dylan Smith. Easily clear run at the footy. He's got a man all by himself on the wing. It's Housefield again. Strong aerial position. He's got someone open the centre if he wants him. Looking over though to Jisoo. Stops, props, pushes back on the right, launches with the right football, long towards the square. It's going to roll through for a minor score. Good body put on Hamilman there. Just didn't give him the run the footy he wanted. 2-4-16 the Sharks. They lead the Gorillas 1 straight 6.
Wilson brings it in, goes up the middle to Smith. Smith looks wide, and he's got a man on the outer side. So still trapped inside their defensive 50. And that is Creighton, who goes back. So limited options. A little chip up the middle. Finds Carter Simpson. Still inside their defensive 50. They come broadcast side, close to the boundary line. Grady Turner has it now. So Redland-Victoria Point have done well to shut down all the options there. Sliding zone defence. Called to move it on now. Turner heaves it long. It's a 2-on-1 contest. Malone stuck up those big hands. Guarded the space with his body and took the mark. He's got Miller in the middle of the ground who's marked. Miller sweeps it across to Adrian Williams. Williams looks wide. He's got a man open on the edge of 50. It's Hambledon. Hambledon wanted to move it quickly. Now goes back off the mark. I don't think he's got 55 metres in him. It'll take a great kick from there. And he doesn't look confident, but he's backing back. He's in two minds. Still in two minds, Hambledon. And now he says, I'll just chip it in the Hamilman direction. Hamilman couldn't mark. At the fall of the ball there was Offerman's. Got a handball over his head in the Smith direction. Still managed to keep it in. Clever hands with Hamilman. Back to Hambledon. Back where it all started on the edge of 50. Hambledon goes more direct this time. Gets it right to the top of the square. And Brown on the goal line has kicked it. Well, Josh Brown just lurking in the right place at the right time. Ball fell his way and he kicked a goal from point-blank range. Redland-Victoria Point have their third. 3-4-22. The home side, Wilston Grange. 1 straight 6. We've played 13 minutes at Hickey Park.
Yeah, a little chaos ball to the top of the square there, and unfortunately a couple of Gorillas players flying. Josh Brown, the only one who stayed down, was able to read it a lot cleaner. And just shows that little difference in class, but that's the pressure that the Sharks have been putting on the Gorillas' back line. I mean, I love the way they sort of set up and just took advantage of the two minds taken a little bit earlier, just chopping off that Hamilman lead. But the problem is they've got so many scoring options down there. Just because you take out the big fish doesn't mean there aren't a few others.
Yeah, and they were just so good at trapping Wilston Grange in that defensive 50, and then they went back and forth, and eventually they had to kick it to Malone because that was the only option on. The dump kick down the line, and we know that Redland-Victoria Point are going to eat those all day. So coming out of the middle is Shepherd. Shepherd gets the kick up towards half forward. Cameron, his first involvement of the day, was beaten by Turner, close to the boundary line. Turner managed to keep it in. Here's Cameron bobbing up, kicking inside forward 50. Good knock away there by Pettigrew. Oh, and a high tackle on the edge of defensive 50. The free kick will go the way of the Gorillas.
A great job by Pettigrew to get front position there. Fought hard for that. Just used his speed and his opponent. So now, bangs it long down the line. Chase Martin underneath that. It's touched over the line for a boundary throw in. So nearly gone 15 minutes here. The opening stanza of this TPIL Lawyers QAFL round 12 match of the day.
And they've done well to stem the flow after the first 5 minutes because it looked like Redland-Victoria Point were really moving through the gears early, but they've levelled up the contest, Wilston Grange.
Would love to see them get the next one just to keep the pressure on them, just to make the Sharks pay for a little bit of waywardness and excitedness as they entered forward 50. So we said Sponsors Day here at Hickey Park, the great suburban grounds.
So Martin and Malone. Here come the Sharks again. They're inside forward 50, and that's a great defensive mark taken. I think it was Pettigrew there. Did well. Gives a handball off. In fact, it was Smith who took the mark. Now here's Turner. Kick towards centre wing. That was a clean pick up by Creighton. Swept it in board to Simpson. And now on the boot inside forward 50. And in front position and taking the mark there was Breeden again. He's had a good start to this one. And we saw him kick one from 45. You'd think he could have 50 in him.
Well, he wants it. He's going for it.
So Darby Breeden, kick one already. He's their leading goal scorer in 2026. He'll have to kick this all of 50 metres. He arcs around. He's pushed it away to the left-hand side. It makes the distance, not the accuracy, and a minor score.
Yeah, just a little bit too much hook on that one.
The Gorillas 1-1-7. Sharks 3-4-22. 15-point margin, 16 minutes played.
Hunkin wastes no time. Goes out to Sullivan in the back pocket. Just a little chip over the top. Just exited 50 a little bit too easily there, the Sharks. They're happy just to move it around, but that is a dangerous kick. Can they make it pay? Goes the two-hand volleyball tap. But they've got time, they've got composure, and they've got the numbers, importantly. Easily escaping now. Finds Smith over the top. He's got him out at half-forward flank if he wants him. He's going to take that completely uncontested. They're just going to move it in, and guess who's waiting down the goal square?
Well, Matt Hamilman, he's always going to get on the end of those. And look, the man that he's playing on had to roll up the ground because there were loose Sharks streaming inside forward 50. But Hamilman, he's been around for a long time. He's got plenty of footy smarts and marked at the top of the square.
Well, his 71st goal of the season will be one of the easier ones he kicks. And he puts it through. And again, probably just a little worry for the Gorillas there is just how easily they're transitioning the footy from the kick out. And so they're always prepared to take it down one side and switch it back, but that outlet was just a little bit easy for the wing. Even to have the 2-on-1 uncontested just there at the half-back flank. Said still probably a while to go in this quarter here. And Wilston Grange really needing to hit back.
They do. They had a good patch of 10 minutes and then they've just allowed too many Sharks forwards to get loose inside forward 50. And the way that the Sharks have moved the ball, they've not been afraid to use the widths of Hickey Park as Martin goes up uncontested in the ruck. Simpson was taken in a strong tackle. Plenty of players still fighting for the footy. And now the clearance from the Sharks. Up towards forward 50. Smith has found some space out the back. Ball doesn't sit for him. Now it does. Feeds it back to Brown. Brown wheels around on the right. Here's Gassot in the boundary line. Hamilman came the other way. Hamilman picks it up now and was besieged upon by a couple. It was Jaden Bunsen who laid the tackle and will have a ball up 35 metres out.
Well, desperate defence there from the Gorillas. They're under the pump. Hamilman doing the ruck work. And now Wilston Grange can escape. Danger ball there. Manley, the captain, he's got to chase hard. And good tackle, great follow-up tackle. Skipper on skipper.
That was a ripper tackle on Campbell Aston, who's a hard man to tackle.
Oh, isn't he? So ball up through half-forward flank for the Sharks. Just trying to weather the storm here. Small mid's working hard. Oh, he's run down from behind. Got him. Got him. Well, that's the pressure we've been looking for. And as they transition back, option needs to provide itself, and that's 50.
Well, just a little bit sloppy there from the Sharks. The man on the mark not coming back. Or was it a protected zone infringement? Either. The Gorillas march to the edge of 50. I don't think Jack Manley will have the distance.
No, he's got to run if he wants him.
He's going to arc around. High ball. It's going to get to the top of the square. Oh. And Williams, they got a little slither of knuckle on it before it crossed the goal line. Across for a minor score. So the Gorillas, 1-2-8. Redland-Victoria point 4-4-28. It's a 20-point margin. We've played 20 minutes, almost into time on.
So he's looked dangerous, Smith, across his half-back line. Those kicks have just been unlocking play. Leading the race is Madden. Now it's touched over the line, so we're going to have a throw-in on the far flank. 20 minutes gone. It's a beautiful winter's day here. Finally got rid of that stupid rain that's been around. There's a lot more true of a Queensland, especially a Brisbane winter. Great time of year for footy. Nice dry decks. Fast game. So what can they muster here, the Gorillas? Bangs it long. Good take over the top. It's Manley, the skipper.
He's been good.
He has, hasn't he? And spots up. Good little hit up there.
There's James Creighton that's marked at 45 from home. That's a tough angle from there, but Manly, he's managed to find some space and his ball delivery has been good compared to some of his teammates. And this is a big kick of the football.
So Creighton, desperately needed. He's going to be kicking on from about 45 metres, you'd say. Left footer, drives it to the line, not going to make the distance. And chopped off very cleanly, last line of defence.
So Adrian Williams, the QAFL Team of the Year fullback last year, takes another intercept mark. He went short to Chapman in the pocket. Chapman called to move it on now. Goes high ball. Malone and Smith are there for the Sharks. Martin for the Gorillas. Comes off hands. Morgan had his kick smothered. Tried to tap it on Brown. Gave a handball back, which was intercepted by Morgan, who got it to Pettigrew. He had his kick smothered. Horn just tries to put it over his shoulder. Still working way across the boundary line. And now Smith is tackled across that line. And we'll have a throw in right in front of the interchange gates. In front of the adoring home faithful of the Gorillas. Plenty out here for Sponsors Day at Hickey Park. We've played almost 22 minutes first quarter. Malone tapped it down. Here's Miller. Back to Aston. Plenty of footy in this first quarter, but that's a poor kick. And it's intercepted by Van Gorp.
Well, it's only 20 points the margin, but they've got to put some pressure on, and just falling forward in that hand pass there. And, well, this might hurt them if he's clean with it.
Shepherd. That's a good tackle by Hayden
He's
Hall.
gone. So he's got a man inboard if he wants, but he's got to take it, Hall. There's been no real hurry. Called a move on by the umpire. Play on, he says. So Hayden Hall just dances inside him. That's well played, young man. Bombs it along at the top of the 50. But this is where they're getting hurt. It's a little bit too easy for Adrian Williams. And they can reset play. Chip short. Cooper Pell. Pell. Short little burning ball. Finds Sullivan. Half-back flank. Just happy to chip it round. Back to Pell. You know, Super Coach is up. Opts to play on. Long down the line. And, well, look who's made himself free, Malone. And look who's made himself free in the goal square. In true ruckman kicking style. Puts his teammate under a bit of the pressure. They 2-on-1 in. The ball's still in. He's still dangerous here, Hamilman. And just over the line. Almost had too much time on his hands.
Hamilman had found space, but Malone had to get it on the boot quickly because the Grange defence was rushing back. And, well, that's why ruckmen don't have kicking licences sometimes.
I will say his foot skills today have been sublime. So, a very small blemish
we'll give him a
on the record of Post Malone. As he just works his way to the front of the pack gracefully, the two-handed tap over the top. The guy comes in, says, I will take that, thank you. Jack Thompson. Footy being held to him. So just that body work of Malone. Keeps that front spot so well. Knocked out in the tackle, play on. Throws himself back there. Not having any of it. Will Shepherd kicked out of the pack. Oh, and that was a very nice finish indeed. And Aston just popping up. Putting another one through.
Oh, Campbell Aston, he is so dangerous. He's he'd go close to being the best midfielder in the QAFL this season. And he gets his first of the afternoon, and he's so dangerous in those forward 50 stoppage situations. Clean hands, and he always seems to be on the move during a ruck contest. Never flat-footed, Campbell Aston.
Well, him and Malone are truly one of the great ruck and rover combinations.
It is a tag team outfit, isn't it? And 26 points, what do you think will be the message from Grange coach Brett Maloney at quarter time? Because his team have had promising passages, but far too often they've just allowed free men inside the Sharks forward 50. As Martin and Malone do battle again, Malone just took it out of the ruck, heaved it on the boot, inside forward 50. Housefield doesn't get the bounce. Hall was ripped off it. Cameron is lurking there. Here's Shepherd, gave a handball back to Offerman. Offerman swept it forward by hand. Aston, handball off to Smith. Smith puts it on the boot and hits the post. They're making it look easy inside forward 50 at the moment, the Sharks.
Well, they seem to be pressing up really high, Jack, and answer your question. So I don't mind the pressure they're trying to keep on the Sharks. They know they're an elite outfit as they come through. But I think their message from Maloney has to be, you have to go a little bit deeper and smarter with your forward 50 entries. Every shot the Gorillas have had on goal have come from about just around the 50 arc, and not that many players will have that correct range. They've got to get that in just a little bit deeper.
So Hall backtracks and kicks it up the line. He's found a target. And now the chip up towards half forward. Here's Mattia. So a nice passage of play. Mattia has a runner coming past and the ball inside forward 50. And went over the head of the man down there, and Malone getting back on the last line of defence. Picked it up for the Sharks. Got it to Offermans. Offermans has a target out there on the half-back flank. It's Bromwich. And Bromwich just content to slow the footy down and retreat back inside his defensive 50 where he finds James Madden. Madden's little chip up the line to Hunkin. Hunkin goes forward to Pell. So just playing keepings off at the moment, the Sharks.
Yeah, no rush right now. They've done what they need to do in this first quarter. 10 scoring shots. Probably could have taken advantage of a few more. It's Chapman takes it just short of centre wing. Chips towards the scoreboard. Sun in the eyes down there. But they've unlocked it again. So another drive forward. And spots up Clay Cameron in the pocket. They just shifted that footy. Opts to play on. Leading target comes out. Oh. Hamilton. Oh.
Well, Zakaris just dragged him down mid-air. And I know it's tough playing on Matty Hamilton, but I thought he defended that pretty well, Zakaris, and then just a little bit overzealous at the end and laid the full mid-air tackle on Hamilton.
Well, his first 5 on his leads are just so fast, and he holds and locks that line of the lead. It's impossible to get past him. So sometimes the defender, that's all you can really do. So Hamilton, he's got 2 for the quarter.
Oh.
Just makes it look easy. It's almost unfair. So 3 for Matt Hamilton, taking his total to 72 for the year. More importantly, he takes the Sharks total 6-5-41. They lead Wilston Grange at 1-2-8 here at Hickey Park. Nearly gone 28 minutes in this first term. It is round 12 of the TPIL Lawyers QAFL season. Of course, the Sharks 7-3 this year. Starting to make their push towards the back end of the year. The Gorillas 3-7. They want to escape that purgatory of that bottom 4.
And did you see with the way that the Sharks move the ball? They've got levels to their ball movement. And there it was such a slow, methodical build-up. They skirted the boundary line and then the quick entry inside forward 50. And we're back in the middle with Scotty Miller winning another clearance high in the Hamilton direction. Gorillas coming over the top. That was a hard handball for Turner to grasp. Turner still working in there. Brown lurking. Couldn't get a clean handball away and will be done for holding the ball 25 metres out. Couldn't get boot on ball and have a shot at goal. So the Gorillas, they retreat back into their back pocket. They've got men out here on the broadcast side. One of them is Smith. Opts not to go to him. And now Smith will get the footy up the line on the half-back flank. Looked in board. Those were shut down. He'll be forced to kick it long down the line, Smith. And we've got a 50-metre penalty. So Gasso just a little bit overzealous to get up and over the mark and put pressure on. So Smith will be marched to just over halfway, and they've got men out on the outer side. One of those men there is Cleary. Went over his head. Cleary was forced to go back and gather and then got it off. Now the ball inside forward 50. That's a good kick. They went looking for Simpson, but Miller was alert to the danger, sat in the hole and took the intercept mark and chips it into the back pocket. The Chapman has it.
Well, that's the ball inside that they've been looking for. The Sharks' defence is up to the challenge, and well, they love this slingshot down the wing here. It's opened up for him again. Oh! And mercifully, the siren comes because Matt Hamilton was just tracking his tick lead. So quarter time here at Hickey Park. Hot start from Redland-Victoria Point. They are 6-5-41, leading Wilston Grange 1-2-8. It is a 33-point ball game. Round 12, TPIL Lawyers QAFL action on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here at Hickey Park. Do not go anywhere. We've got a massive afternoon of football still to come.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
AFL Nines, it's footy for
best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game, looking at making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked.
Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy.
It's footy for me.
Okay, let's give them 60 minutes of skills, fitness and fun. And let's not forget about connection. We're talking safe, inclusive and modified rules, perfect for newcomers. Okay, super kick on 3.
1, 2, 3, super kick!
Super fun, super safe, super inclusive. Super kick. Tailor-made for 7 to 12-year-olds.
Football club is very, very important in this community. Without it, there's not much else to do in such a small town.
I do believe that there's so much more to sport than just winning.
If my story says anything, it's that you don't need the experience, having the passion and having the want to see the young girls excel.
It's also, to me, a chance to give back to the community.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
It's not just an Australian sport. There's a lot of countries that come over and create a home here that can also join in and play the sport to the fullest potential.
All the advice that you get given, it's really inspiring.
Being part of a football team is more than just a game. It's like a family.
To find your more.
Welcome back to Hickey Park for TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day in a quarter time. It's the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks, the defending premiers, holding a 41 to 8 lead, a 33-point lead over the Wilston Grange Gorillas, the home side. My name's Jack Fulham. Alongside me on the commentary gantry this afternoon, my good friend Nick Davis.
How do you do?
It is a beautiful afternoon for footy in the River City. On the north side here at Hickey Park, it is Sponsors Day, and we thank all the Wilston Grange sponsors that have made their way out. We actually just got to meet a few.
Oh, didn't we? I was going to say the crowd is sensational here, and that's what you get to do at local footy. You get to meet the people who make things tick, and big shout out to Fix It Nick Electrical. We're sponsoring Wilston Grange captain Jack Manley, and he's been sensational so far for the Gorillas. Really leading the charge for the midfield there, trying to keep his team in it because they are facing an uphill battle at the moment, Jack.
And in that first quarter, it was, well, Campbell Aston, who has just dominated at QAFL level, being one of the best midfielders in the comp. He had a fantastic start. Matt Hamilman kicked 3 goals to take his tally on the year out to 72 goals. So it's conceivable that Matt Hamilman hits the 100 with a few games to spare in the regular season, which is just... He's a freak.
It's hard to think that he's getting better, but you know, it was prelim final last year. They brought up the ton. But you look at the entry that he's getting on a day like this, and there's probably that many more chances he could have had as well. But at the same time, they are not, despite having a forward like that, they're not Hamilman-centric either.
Takes me back to the late former West Coast coach, Ken Judge, when in the early 2000s he was asked how his team would stop Essendon forward Matthew Lloyd, and he said, I'd need a sniper. And I feel like Brett Maloney would be saying something similar in the Wilston Grange coach's box at the moment, as Hamilman kicked 3 goals in that first quarter. We're back underway in the second. Malone won the hit out. Here's Miller beating a couple of tackles and then feeding a ball off to Pope. Pope takes a bounce now, feeds it inside forward 50, 40 metres out, bounced in front of Offermans. Plenty of Gorillas back there. One of them is Smith, who just hoiks it on the boot to the point of the square out at half-back. Miller was one-on-one with his opposite 12 in Morgan. Here's Hunkin, did well. The handball forward. Now the kick inside forward 50. Aston has found a paddock of space 40 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, he just slipped his man there. Trotted forward. Didn't get too deep into space either. Hasn't he just been sensational so far, Campbell Aston?
So Aston, he kicked 1 goal in the first quarter, looking to make it 2 early in the second. And, well, he just went with a chip to the top of the goal square, and Matt Hamilman, lurking out the back, has another one. This one falling right into his lap from 5 metres out, puts it through, and the Sharks have the first of the second quarter. They're 7-5-47. The Gorillas 1-2-8. The margin is 39 points with a minute played.
Well, I was interested to see what Aston was actually going for there, but all's well that ends well. But again, he's such a dangerous player, and you've just got to keep a little bit of a closer watch on him. Of course, they're going to take it out a little bit wide, but if he slips you for half a second, Campbell Aston, that's what he can do. And as we were just singing the praise of Matt Hamilman, we said how easy some of the goals can come. I just fell in his lap. It's borderline unfair.
Isn't it? Well, that's not what Coach Brent Maloney would have wanted to see at quarter time. So Malone, that was a good tap out by Martin. Horn working there, couldn't work it free. Strong tackle laid, and we'll have a ball up still inside the centre square.
Yeah, not sucking into that either. Manly thought he was on the end of some high contact. It's Malone, gets the front position, wins a tap. Aston again, run down from behind, but still gets his kick away. Good punch from behind from Van Gorp. Working desperately to get it out, the Gorillas. Horn just bangs it towards the half-forward line. Big pack converges. 2 Gorillas, unfortunately, take each other out. And now Madden mopping up. Looks along Hunkin. Dances around, looks for the right option. Prepared to chip it back. So you can see this set piece starting to be worked. Like to launch off, but just lost his studs there. And now they're off to the races. Runs around on the right foot, sky ball, it's not going to go through. And prepared to be ushered over the line. In fact, hits, well, I was going to say, it must have gone over the line first, so it's a behind. Chapman to take the kick in. 1-3-9, the Gorillas. Trailing the Sharks, 7-5-47.
Chapman has a leading Shepherd. The ball hangs and Shepherd had to stand underneath it. Horn came across and knocked it across the boundary line. 60 metres from their defensive goal face, the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks. So the Gorillas kicking to the left of your screen in this second quarter. The Sharks heading towards the right. They lead by 38 points, 3.25 minutes played on TPIL Lawyers QAFL. And I tell you what, we've lost some footies today. as this one has just found its way into the foliage. Now we've got it back. So the throw in will end up near the point of the square at half back. Malone, big thump out of the ruck, into the path of Aston. It sat up nicely for Aston. He fed it in board. Shepherd was worked off it by Manley. And then a good tackle laid there on centre wing. It was Morgan who laid the tackle on Offermans, and a ball up. So the pressure into the contest, they've certainly tried to tackle hard. As Malone took it out of the ruck, kicked it high, just inside forward 50. Pickett got to the drop of the ball, couldn't take the mark, and he's wrapped up straight away by Gisu. And one ball up on the edge of 50.
Well, Malone is just in some kind of form at the moment. It's a lesson for Chase Martin. Has the aerial over him, but the moment that Malone gets that body in front, it's absolutely game over.
Averages 38.6 hit-outs a game, which is ridiculous. Elite numbers, Craig Malone. He's just won another one.
It's just silly. All right, so mopped up by Horn for the Gorillas. Sticks out the Duke, gets it the second time around, keeps that footy and pushed over the line. Umpire said that was just knocked over. So boundary throw in. On from the social club here at Hickey Park. The old Carrara seats.
Those seats from...
Yeah, that's what happened when they pulled them all out. Had to go somewhere.
You learn something every day.
There we go. Local footy. So now the Sharks make another foray. Driving in courtesy of Aston. He sees Hamilton and he gets him. Oh, Tom Brady throwing a dime. Just put it out in front. Let's Hamilton do the rest.
Well, as a QAFL fullback, seeing Redland-Victoria point on the fixture as next up, you mustn't get much sleep the night before playing Matt Hamilton.
He's one of the great opportunities to learn, though. How do you block his run? How do you block his speed? Can't do much when you've got the footy in his hands, because that's what he does and does so well. Put through another, by the way.
He's got 5. He has got 5.
Takes it to 74. Season 2026. But at the same time, you need to work with your backs as well. If he's going to lead into that much space, you need to start moving it around, just trying to cut off his run.
So it was young Zakaris, it looks like he has the job down there on Matt Hamilton, who has kick 5 and 74 on the year. He might get into the 80s by the end of the day, the way that he is going at the moment.
We see a 10? Let's go for 10 today.
Well, he already kicked 12 in a game this year. He's a freak. And one of the early games of the year against Sherwood, I think he kicked 7 goals, 9. So plenty of shots. Martin won the tap out. We're back in the middle. And we're not going to go too much further than the middle. We've got another ball up. It was Creighton who was tackled. So Martin wins another hit out and then followed up with the groundwork, but his handball was intercepted. The kick forward for Redland-Victoria point. Cameron is marked on his chest at centre half forward. Wheels around from 50. Runners coming back to the top of the goal square. Brown was one-on-one, and that was a good mark taken by Wilson, who got back on the last line. Swings it out wide to Butson. Butson still inside his defensive 50. Goes up the line to a leading Pickett. That was a good present and mark by Pickett. Had to cover a lot of space. He started up at half forward. And now chips back inside the defensive 50. This is Turner. Turner plays on. He looks wide. That's a risky kick. And Cameron floating across the front took the mark 45 out. And now Obst gets to his feet. Obst to play on. Has the snap on goal. Turner got back on the goal line. Dropped the mark and then decided to retreat across the line and give away a minor score. 8-7-55 the Sharks. Gorillas 1-3-9.
Carter Simpson in the back pocket. So trying to move this zone defence around. They're so well drilled as a unit. Find it very tough to get, just to cut through. Hall looks back inside. It's a good spot. Nice Creighton. And this is better. Smith. He wants a runner, gets him now. He's got some pressure on him. Little look away hand pass, didn't find the intended target. There's some desperate work, but they're just going to try and punish it forward now. Wrapped up immediately with Pickett. No prior opportunity, says the umpire. So we're going to have a ball up. But that was better movement out of their back line.
So Martin and Malone again. Malone winning the tap out. Creighton did well. Bumped off a couple of tackles. Simpson, handball. Set a task there for Van Sanders. Still working around there is Butson. But Malone picked up the footy, got the kick forward. Cameron tapped it down to Gasso. That was clever play. And then Shepherd, that's a beautiful kick. A tracer bullet hitting Matt Hamilman in stride on the chest. 45 from home. And you've got to feel there for Zakaris, who's playing on Hamilman, because was right up on him on the lead. But that kick was an absolute beauty. That was a rocket.
Can't defend that.
So Hamilman lining up for goal number 6 from 45 metres out. 45-degree angle. This will take his best. A slight breeze blowing from left to right. Approaches it, runs straight at it, kicks straight at it, and it's fading late, but it holds its line long enough. Matt Hamilman has 6. And we're only 10 minutes into the second quarter. A big bag is in the offing for that man today. There was Will Shepherd delivering a rocket inside forward 50, and he's had his moments in this first half, Will Shepherd. 9-6-60 the Sharks, plays the Gorillas 1-3-9. The margin is 51 points. Sponsors Day starting to turn ugly at the Gorilla Den. Do gorillas live in a den?
Not in the jungle,
what is their
cave, rainforest.
What is their home base?
I'm going to work on this. You say the call.
We
I'm
might
going to have a deep think here.
Open up the chat GPT and find out where gorillas live.
Is a G stand for gorilla? I don't know.
So out the outer side is Van Sanders, was worked off the ball by Aston. Miller, clever little tap on there by Pope. They're going backwards and now the kick goes forward. Pell had to sit under it. It bounced up for him and then his handball missed Housefield. Still working away in there. And now the handball inside forward 50. Here's Brown, beat a couple of tackles, got it on his non-preferred left foot. He kicked it straight up the chimney. It went about all of, 10 metres. The umpires paid at 15 and was marked by the Gorillas there on the last line. So coming out of defence, the kick out. Here's Martin, who's found some space on Malone. Martin works back inboard, and now the chip up to the point of the square at half forward. It set a task for Matea, and coming over the top was Adrian Williams, who chips it inboard to Prokos. Prokos has a man on the outer side there, but he's going to get 50 because Manly has strode over the mark. Stridden, that's not a word. You're making stuff up now, Jack. So Prokos will be marched to around 70 metres out from goal. Man with the mop of hair. And now the kick inside forward 50. Hamilman on the lead. Went over his head. Brown lurking at the back. Got on his right foot. Had a shot on goal. Pushed it away to the left-hand side and another minor score. The Sharks are 9-7-61. The Gorillas 1-3-9. 52-point margin. We played 12 minutes in the second quarter.
Small little hit up. Finds Creighton.
You're off comms for a while there, Dickie.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, I was trying to work out the difference between a lowland gorilla and a mountain gorilla, but either way, it's not quite a cave or a den.
I'm going to say altitude.
Well, they prefer a dense jungle canopy as their preferred habitat, and his preferred habitat forward is Manly to the forward pocket. Pressure there on Chapman. He just does not stop, Manly. Fix It Nick Electrical, doing their job, sponsoring him in season 2026. Ball's chipped forward. Shepherd, the broadcast wing, launches towards the top of the 50. Big pack flies, including two gorillas. They managed to get first hands to it. Creighton back inside the middle of the ground. This is better. Carter Simpson wants his option. Looks at the half-forward flank. Big fly's going to come from the back of the pack. Read it better than almost anyone. Now Fazaldine back inside. Right foot ball lead. Comes out. Got him.
That was a beautiful kick by Smith and well worked with Fazaldine. And then Jack Manley, your man, the sponsors man.
Well, taking a bit of a rest down the forward pocket. And just a small little lapse there from the Sharks. They've been on for 99% of this game, but
it has been one of those moments, well, one of the few moments they've been able to keep their composure, finding a target inside 50.
Need this one, Wilston Grange. And the captain delivers. And there's a rise from the Sponsors Day crowd. They love it. That's more what you want to see.
So much needed goal by Manly. Just steered it through from 35 out. So the margin is back to 46 points. And we're almost halfway into the quarter. 14 minutes played. So Malone is off for a rest. Hamilton is off for a rest. Dylan Smith is off for a rest. So three of their prime movers, the Sharks, all spending a bit of time having a breather. So Martin in the ruck. And, well, the Sharks opting not to put up a ruckman against Martin and allow him to go uncontested. Here's Patterson at half-back. It was a short ball. Found Bromwich. Bromwich looks out of side. Had a man on. Cameron. Kicking board from Cameron. Bounced just in front of Madden. And now they've got a man on the outer side there. Hambleton. A little chip inside 50 from Hambleton. Barely the 15, but found Miller 45 metres out. Will take his best from there, Scotty Miller.
I love the composure they hit up their targets with. Just the control in those last couple of seconds, straightening up and really delivering a class outfit.
So Scotty Miller, the veteran, just inside 50, makes good purchase on it, won't quite have the distance. It's off hands on the goal line, still doesn't go through, and we'll have a ball up inside the goal square. Sharks well and truly into attack. Haven't got any talls there. So we've got 10 minutes to play.
10 minutes still to go.
And they work it out the outer side through Smith. Smith's kick, it overshot Creighton. Creighton had to go back in and get it, battling with Shepherd, and we'll have a ball up.
I'll look for the best opportunity. Could have just tried to accidentally punch that one through and set up a counter-attack there. So still dangerous times. The Tyre doing the ruck there for the Gorillas. High ball. Sent along towards the brook, you'd have to say. Goes to Simpson.
And some good work done by the spectator in the blue shirt on the outer side who, well, had he not been there, that ball was heading into the
steep
brook.
drop, Jack. It's a very steep drop.
It is a big drop.
The ball hurtled back in. Tyre gets it from back position. Kept his feet as well. Dishes out the hands. Bang down the line with Darby Breeden. It's been a bit more quiet this quarter. Started well in the first. Manly shoving him around. Now they've got a target long. They've got a man inside as well. Good little pickup. It's Bailey Morgan. Down on the forward line. He's got Fazeldine. He wants him. He gets him.
That was outstanding work there by Fazeldine. It was 3 different leads. And then eventually got Chapman with the cut back and the lead into the pocket. It'll take his best kick from there, but it was good forward craft from Fazeldine to find some space inside forward 50.
Yeah, take your full 30 seconds. That was an exhausting lead pattern there. So Fazeldine's kicked 9 for the year. Tough kick. Right footer. And he's put that across the face of goal. In fact, out of bounds on the full. A little bit of a rush kick, but it doesn't really matter. Cameron mops it up. Didn't quite get the target there, so here's a good opportunity for the Gorillas. Inside it's Hall. Low little burning ball, but just not enough heat on it. Cut off.
So Madden awake to it. Switched it across to Pope. Pope takes off. A couple of bounces and then almost dragged down by his jumper. Managed to break free. Kicked it inside the square to Brown. Brown wheels around. Inside forward 50. Was looking for Smith. But getting back there was Zakaris, who took the intercept mark 30 metres out from his defensive goal face. He looks into the pocket. Well, he's got a man on. That's Pettigrew. Pettigrew back into the defensive goal square. Here's Wilson. Wilson, the opposite back pocket. So they've been content to just chip it around in their back half. Here's the skipper, Manly. That's a beautiful long kick. Almost to the outer side wing. And now looking inboard was Morgan. Morgan finds a man, so they've worked it almost to halfway. Morgan had to, in fact it was Bailey Morgan, had to come back and then set a task for Hall, who was held caught holding the ball.
Oh, no.
Brown wanted to take the advantage and play on.
He's gone.
And, well, the advantage was called, and then Brown said, I didn't want to take advantage, and stopped and was wrapped up. A bizarre piece of play. The moral of the story is the Gorillas have it at half-back. Here's Horn. Sweeps a handball forward. That was good. Here's Breeden. Been quiet in their second quarter. Running onto it was Pettigrew. Pettigrew's kick towards half-forward, and Manly tackled out across the line. We'll have a throw in just outside the Gorillas' forward 50.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration from a few of the Gorillas players. They had about 3 options wide on the switch. Still that little bit of nervousness and pressure as they try to cut through. They're trying to be a bit braver. It's how they execute this game plan. It's a long kick down to the wing. Just cleanly working it around. Aston again. He's been hot today. Little burning kick. Chasing Zakaris. He's hoping to get his tail up while Hamilton's off the ground. Another inside 50. Picked up cleanly there. It's Patterson. Straight up in the air. The Gorillas desperately fighting for it. Got the little hands out. Swings it out. Here comes Aston. Round on the right foot. Puts it through the captain. And that is what you want to see.
So Campbell Aston has goal number 3 on the afternoon. They're 10-7-67, the Sharks. Gorillas 2-3-15, 52 points the margin. There's Jimmy Madden with the shaved toe. No, it's Luke O'Sullivan with the shaved toe ball coming off in front of us.
Just managing their rotations well, the Sharks.
So this one's starting to get ugly at Hickey Park.
Probably still another 5 minutes to go here.
Gorilla Den?
I like jungle.
Gorilla Jungle?
Yeah.
Well,
gives a bit of atmosphere as well.
There is a bit of foliage out the back here. Yeah. So Malone is back on the ground. He's into the ruck. Up against Martin again. They find a 0-0 draw in the middle. Miller gathered. Kicked it wide. Pell leads the race for it. Ball sat up. Pell does the full 360, and now the kick to half forward. Overshot his man there in Shepherd. And the Gorillas have it. On the broadcast side, it's Cleary. Kick set to task for Horn. Bounces up for Horn, close to the boundary line. He just chips it up the line, and, well, being pushed into the fence was Thompson by Williams. I thought that should have been a free kick. And it's gone out of bounds. We'll have a throw in.
Just failing to hit a few of those targets there. Choosing to put it out in front sometimes, but it's just keeping their players under pressure. Well, that was shoveled out, wasn't it? Drived inside, Scotty Miller. And a few Gorillas fans dirty about that, and rightfully so. George Gregan-esque.
It was a scoop, yeah. It was good dummy half work.
Matt Hamilton. Hands on the footy again.
This is for goal number 7, for those of you on Hamilton Watch.
Kicking from outside 50. Looking for goal 76. Directly in front. Not much breeze to speak of. A little stutter and then a run up. Just kicks it so clean. Oh.
Just shaved the post.
Had to show he was human at some point. Through for a minor score.
I'm going to have to start a little Hamilton goal section because this is a very uniquely commentator problem, but I've actually run out of space beside Matt Hamilton's name for the amount of goals that he's kicked, and we're not even at half-time yet.
I appreciate you bringing up our struggles as commentators, Jack. No group in society has copped it harder. I blame the formatting of the sheet, but again, thank you for putting them together.
And those people listening at home, they're probably sitting back on their recliner saying, get on with it, buddy.
And happily we will.
We will. So Hamilton, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals. So the ball back in play. Gorillas. Here's Wilson. Clears the danger. Kick clears the defensive 50. Plenty of players around the ball there, close to the boundary line. Ball is still in play, but we'll have a ball up just outside the Sharks forward 50. They're kicking to the right of your screen in this second quarter. We've played 23 minutes. And it's been a 4-goal-to-1 quarter for the Sharks. Here they go, inside forward 50 again. Shepherd working there, managed to gather. Got it on the boot. Kick high to the top of the goal square. Giso couldn't mark. Here's Cameron beating a couple on the left. Clay Cameron kicks his first of the afternoon. Clinical finish by Clay Cameron, who's found some form over the last few weeks. And the lead balloons out to 59 points.
Really impressed by the way that Giso held his body there under the high ball. Went straight up, but his opponent came down, hit the ground. Straight on his feet there, so very exciting prospect for Redland-Vicky Point.
And they ring the rotations here with Madden and Shepherd coming off. Luke O'Sullivan going back onto the ground. Darby Breeden has come off for the Gorillas. 59 points, and Brent Maloney, well, to be a fly on the wall in his halftime team talk.
It'll be at the same time, ironically, looking forward to halftime. Would not want to concede another one right now. And just bumbled out of there, unfortunately, by Manly. His first of the footy. Attack's been good. Couldn't quite pick it up, and that man, Giso, runs around, takes on the man, slips the tackle, round on the right foot, smothered. Not 15 play on a touch, says the umpire. And the Gorillas able to escape out the far side of the ground. But that looked dangerous, Jack Fulham. Looked very dangerous. This little 1-2 finds Pettigrew.
He's an exciting player, guess who? The Gorillas on the outer side. And they've just done so well at forcing them into this dump kick down the line. One-on-one contest. Williams got a hand to it. Now the Sharks go forward inside 50. Hambleton bounced up for him. He got a handball back. His man there twisting and turning. I think it was Housfield and holding the footy. It was Hunkin, in fact. And that was a great tackle. So there have been some positive signs for the Gorillas. They retreat into their defensive 50. That's Van Gorp. He's up and finds Creighton. Once again, they're just trapped in their defensive 50. Creighton thought through the kick. Found Carter Simpson, who's had some nice moments. Simpson looks wide. That's a good kick. So they're on the halfback flank now. Kick up towards centre wing. Beautiful kick. Found Pickett on a searching leg. He's given them an outlet, Pickett, in this second quarter. And now up the line. Here's Matea. So they've managed to work it over halfway. One of the rare forays forward for the Gorillas this afternoon. Matea. High ball. Inside forward 50. It's a 3-on-1 contest. And the one tried his hardest in Fazaldine, but was always outnumbered and gave away the push in the back free kick. Just swimming against the tide there, Fazaldine.
It's not long to go in this second quarter. The Sharks have opted to chip it around. Chapman, true fullback. It's called a play on by the umpire. Puts his man under a bit of pressure. Patterson. He's got Morgan on his hammer. Morgan working hard here. Smells an opportunity, but mopped up clean. Sharks exit D50. Back inside, finds Aston. Looks to switch. Looking for Malone. Well, you never take that down. Oh, delicious little hand pass over the top as well. And here they go. Miller driving it long in the Hamilton direction. Got the 2-on-1, but just falls clean. And they're out of danger, the Gorillas. They look wide. Ooh, nearly got over the head of a Van Gorp. Swings it back inside. Been clean by foot. And now by hand. The run comes from Archie Smith. Finds Matea all by himself. Opts to swing it wide to the far wing. Just trying to open this up. Looks long for Pickett. Pickett takes it on his chest. Looks to get it moving. Drives back inside. Lead comes out. Was there a push there? No. Bailey Morgan held front spot. Sharks mopping up. Hunkin. Chip over the top to a 1-on-1. Punch came from behind. Couldn't be clean with it. It was Williams who had front position. And now bound to be thrown in front of the old scoreboard here at Y Park.
Missing a few letters. Oh.
I mean, if this was a Wheel of Fortune, I'd like to take a guess. Feeling confident.
It's a good gear from you. Malone taking it out of the ruck again. Bursting through the middle is Offermans. Took a bounce. Kick towards half forward. Oh, and that's a good intercept mark taken by Wilson, who just took off like a jackrabbit. Found Smith. They go inside forward 50 through Smith, and the mark has been taken inside forward 50. Clean pair of hands from Carter Simpson, who's marked 40 out, almost directly in front. He can go back and line up their third of the afternoon.
Well, that was the forward entry they've been looking for most of the game. Came through good, strong lead, worked that footy around.
Well, siren has sounded for half-time, and Carter Simpson can, well, if he kicks straight, they'll go in with a 53-point deficit. So Simpson on the approach now. A little stutter step, makes nice contact with it, and has put it right through the middle. So the Gorillas take a little bonus into half-time. And half-time on TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. It is the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks taking a 53-point lead into the major break. 11-8-74. The home team, the Wilston Grange Gorillas. 3-3-21. We'll take a break and be back with all the second half action in just a moment's time.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
AFL 9s, it's footy for
Best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game. Looking at making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked. Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy.
It's footy for me.
Okay, let's give them 60 minutes of skills, fitness and fun. And let's not forget about connection. We're talking safe, inclusive and modified rules, perfect for newcomers. Okay, super kick on 3.
1, 2, 3, super kick!
Yeah! Super fun, super safe, super inclusive. Super kick, tailor-made for 7 to 12-year-olds.
Football club is very, very important in this community. Without it, there's not much else to do in such a small town.
I do believe that there's so much more to sport than just winning.
If my story says anything, it's that you don't need the experience, having the passion and having the want to see the young girls excel.
It's also, to me, a chance to give back to the community.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
It's not just an Australian sport. There's a lot of countries that come over and create a home here that can also join in and play the sport to the fullest potential.
All the advice that you get given, it's really inspiring.
Being part of a football team is more than just a game. It's like a family.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
Welcome back to Hickey Park for the second half of the TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. At halftime, it is the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks holding a 53-point lead over the Wilston Grange Gorillas. My name's Jack Fulham. Alongside me on the gantry this afternoon, Nick Davis. Nico, how did you see that first half, and what can the Gorillas do in the second to get back into the game?
Well, look, Jack, nothing negative can be said about the Sharks. They have just been a class outfit all day. Their ability to just control play, they go fast when they need to, but their ability to slow the footy down, switch it, and just keep their elite control. I think what Brett Maloney's address might have been, we saw towards the end of that second quarter there, some of their forward 50 entries just going that little bit deeper, looking for a deeper target. They were stuck around the top of the 50 there, but they just seem to be a little bit rushed. When they're transitioning the footy through the middle of the ground, they're looking for that dangerous unlock hand pass and kick right through the corridor, but just under, I think, a bit of self-created pressure. Yes, the defence of the Sharks has been magnificent. They're keeping them highly accountable, but at the same time, they're just rushing themselves that little bit. So, look, they are a young side, but they're going to need a lot of their leaders to stand up and just get them to feel a little bit safer, control the footy, and we can maybe see a bit more of an even second half. But, Jack, look, the Sharks, they've been led by Campbell Aston, and, of course, Matt Hamilton is just, well, he's having the time of his life out there, isn't he?
Dominant. Plenty of other QAFL action going on around the grounds. Let's have a look at the scores at halftime across the league in the Battle of the Cellar Dwellers. Cooperoo lead Mount Gravatt by 12 points. Up in Noosa, it is Morningside holding a 49-point lead at half-time against the home side. Noosa, Palm Beach, Currumbin are smashing Aspley to the tune of 66 points. Sherwood lead Maroochydore by 16 points. Surfers Paradise lead Broadbeach by 37. And in this game, it is the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks 53 points up over the Gorillas as the teams make their way to their respective positions. Wilston Grange do anyway. Redland-Victoria Point just still keen to have a little mill about and shoot the breeze. Tell you what, it was a lovely dim sim from the Gorillas canteen at half-time, and thank you for purchasing.
Oh, you're welcome, Jack. We've been on dim sim watch throughout the season.
The chips had a little...
Unsalted, interesting.
Unsalted, brave call. But the chips were also good, but the dim sim was the real masterpiece.
You have to say the start of the show, and I mean, I'd love to investigate the scene because, Jack, we'll actually be here for the next game as well. It is a double header here at Hickey
so we
Park.
might go steamed at full time just to lead us into the women's game.
I think we should check it out. Because
and it is a fantastic matchup in the women's as well. You've got second place Southport taking on fourth place Wilson Grange Gorillas. Southport, the reigning premiers, they went undefeated last year. They were incredible. A little bit more fallible this year. This one should be a beauty, and it's a long trip up from the Gold Coast. The home team well in it with a shot, and that should be a ripper. So stick around at full time because it's almost immediately after 4:45 kickoff for the ladies.
Anywhere, Jack. And so the crowd will even fill out. It's Sponsors Day down here at Hickey Park here in Brisbane's north. It'll be a great crowd under lights here. It's been a beautiful afternoon here. Finally getting that.
And we're
Brisbane
sponsored
winter.
by the Dim Sims,
aren't we? So what can the Gorillas muster?
We got to meet a few of the sponsors too. Nick and Kylie from Fix It Nick Electrical.
It's behind Jack Manley, the captain. No, they're getting their money's worth today because he has been a shining light for the Gorillas, but he's got a lot on his shoulders. Third quarter about to get underway. Jack Fulham with the call.
Martin and Malone to renew hostilities in the middle. Martin won the tap and then followed up at ground level. The big man, well done, gets the clearance, sends it to 30 metres out, went over the head of a couple there. Madden was there, and now here's Breeden bobbing through a couple, couldn't get clean contact with the footy, and it is marked inside the defensive goal square by Williams, as he has done so often throughout his career. Adrian Williams, long kick towards the half-back flank, but dropped in front of Malone, and it's tapped out across the line for a throw-in 55 metres out from the Gorillas' goal. And considering that they've conceded the first goal in the first minute, in the first couple of quarters, it is nice to see them on the front foot out of the centre bounce.
Well, they get to go again, courtesy of Horn and the lasso rule. So chips inside, finds Archie Smith. He wants to go deeper here, Smith. So he runs around the right and just bombs it long. Big fly on the back, it's a second lift as well. Now, it's unfortunate he'll be called for unrealistic, because I'm a believer, Jack, and I thought he could have got to that.
Oh, Mateo, he got up high.
Didn't he, indeed? Well, there's the lift we've been looking for. Through the hands, the pressure comes. They're hot right now, the Gorillas, and that was in the back. And it's a Wilston Grange free kick. So hot start, bit of pressure.
Well, this is the response that Brett Maloney would have wanted to see at half-time. And this is a big kick. It's Fazaldine, who had some nice moments in the first half and impressed with his forward craft, Fazaldine.
See some razzle-dazzle from the Fazal. Outside 50. Winds up at the right. He's got onto it. A little push there, but good defensive play. Umpire says clear out. Redland-Vicky Point will escape. He's got a man outside. It's Patterson. Coverage comes across. Oh, great smother. That's desperate stuff. And that gets a lift from the crowd as well.
And he just telegraphed it there, Patterson. He knew exactly where he was going, and as soon as the umpire said play on, it was great work by the Wilston Grange player to come in and make the smother as we get another repeat stoppage just inside the Gorillas forward 50. So Malone and Martin, it's been a good ruck battle. Malone wins another hit out. Dribbled inside forward 50. Patterson's there. Offerman's clean hands and released a man out there, Madden. They've got runners on the outer side. Smith was worked off the footy. That was a desperate contest by the Gorilla out there, and we'll have a ball up on the point of the square. So the effort has been good. That was Grady Turner with the tackling effort on Dylan Smith. Here's Creighton, wrapped up, managed to get his hands away. Smith in there. Miller, clean hands. Pope left the footy behind, worked off it by Breeden, bouncing around in there. Breeden did well. And now the handball from Simpson. It's worked to the top of the goal square and now conceded by the Sharks. So, well, they've had all the play in the first 3.5 minutes. Haven't been able to translate that into a goal, but it's certainly improved signs for the Gorillas.
Just looked a little susceptible on the counter-attack, but the pressure's on right now. And well, when you're hot, you're hot. Got to lock this footy in. Just not let it out. They've been building it up. Let's see some release here. Malone wins the tap again. Flurry of bodies. Hands everywhere. Malone to drag to the ground. No easy effort that. We're going to have another ball up. Right there on the forward 50. Far side of the ground. 4 minutes played in this third term, pardon me. We're yet to see a goal. Contrary to what we've seen in the last couple of quarters. Now look back inside 50. There it is. That's the ball I've been looking for. Darby Breeden out in the lead.
Well, beautiful kick. That was Smith out of the stoppage and just a tracer bullet inside forward 50. And Darby Breeden, he had a quiet second quarter, but for not a huge man, he does attack the footy. Comes on those searching leads.
Well, he's their target down forward. And this will lift the crowd. Give them something to start this second half. And he's got it. Breeden puts it through, gets the first of the term. It's his second for the afternoon. 17 for the year. And a very deserved goal for the Gorillas as well. A lot of pressure on that Sharks defence.
Badly needed. And, well, they've had all the play. Their pressure has been good. And they are a good tackling team, Wilston Grange, as well, despite where they sit on the ladder. So it's nice to see them get some reward for effort. So the margin is 46 points. And they got their fourth on the afternoon. Here's Martin and Malone. Been a great ruck battle. Miller. Handball to Aston. Aston is run down by Bailey Morgan. Should have been holding the ball. Wasn't paid. Sharks will go forward here through Pell. Pell's little kick to Gasso was good. Gisso from 55 to the top of the goal square. Hambledon was one-on-one contest. Hambledon sitting on his backside. Offerman came and got it off him and snapped a goal. The instant reply for the Sharks. And you've got to say that was unlucky because I thought Campbell Aston was gone holding the ball in the middle of the ground for all money, not paid, and they transfer it down the other end and kick a goal.
Well, it's just solid forward play there by Offman. There's no way he's getting tackled there. Just attack the defender who he knew had on the back foot. A clean finish on the right.
So Charlie Offermans has come back to QAFL level after spending most of the year in the Lions VFL side. There's a few Lions VFL players running around today. Dylan Smith, another one, and Jake Fazeldine as well. So we get back underway. Miller. Geez, he's been good out of the stoppages. Scotty Miller this afternoon to the edge of 50. Bounced in front of a couple there. One of them was Housefield. That's a clean pickup by Oliver Morgan. The chip up towards the centre square. That was good. Found his brother Bailey. So Bailey Morgan into the centre circle. That was a searching kick. Found Jack Manley. Manley's kick inside forward 50 set a task for Matea. He was worked off the ball by Williams. O'Sullivan handballed it out into space in front of Prokos. It bounced up for Prokos, who just hacked it on the boot, but it's coming back. As Chase Martin has taken a mark on his chest. Plays on now the big man. Some athletic work. The long kick inside forward 50, and Williams is there again. That's intercept mark number 8,000 for the day. He's taken plenty.
Yeah, just no one home there for the Gorillas. Like the way it looks to move the footy on. It's a little slow on the uptake, and now the Sharks looking to cut through. Cut off there by Breeden. He's looking dangerous. Gets his footy back. Pivots back to the quarterback, looking for, well, Matea was the target, but just caught in the wrong spot. So looking better with these forward entries, the Gorillas, but just unable to find that final link. Kick out to the far side of the ground now. Offermans push right up. It's being held in place by Creighton. Looks back inside. It's Hunkin. Hunkin, a little chip. It's good. It's just their ability to work this footy around. Not rush, find the right option, lead at the right time. Oh, a little unlocked ball there. That was delicious. Miller. Back inside. Now they bring it back central. Gisu goes straight up. Couldn't quite get it over his head. I'll tell you what, he's got some hops about him. He's going to have a ball up. 42 metres out. Redland-Vicky Point kicking to your left of screen in the white. Riddle's in there, royal blue and red. So they've got the handball option. Gisu escapes his man. Gets a kick away. Little dinky little kick up to himself. Goes off the ground. He's inventive, creative.
Hambleton's got World Cup fever.
Oh, doesn't he?
The first touch was good, and then the second touch, not so good.
So through for a minor score. It's the Gorillas 4-4-28. Redland-Vicky Point 12-9-81. Which played over 9 minutes in this third term. The eyes are deceiving me, Jack.
Aston Wilson brings it in. Might be time for an OPSM visit.
I refuse.
They aren't sponsors of the TPIL Lawyers QAFL.
But you know who are? TPIL.
And Bradnam's Windows and Doors, our proud umpire partners who do a fantastic job. How good sponsor day at Wilston Grange, and we're getting in on the action. As Wilson, that's a great kick. Found Pettigrew out on the half-back flank. Chips it up the line, close to the boundary. That had to be centimetre perfect. It was. Here's Jaden Butson. Butson looking into the middle of the ground. Great kick. He's got two men in the middle. Oh, the mark was dropped there by Creighton. Bursting in there was Madden. Creighton managed to get it back to Breeden. Breeden's chip forward is good. It's found Archie Smith. 70 from home. The kick to a leading target inside forward 50. Knocked away from the man there. Breeden went in again. The blind turn. And now the shot on goal from 40. Darby Breeden, what a goal! He's third of the afternoon and the best of the lot. Wilston Grange have their fifth. And a rare highlight for the Gorillas.
Well, that reminded me of Trent Cochin, that qualifying final against Geelong in 2017. A clean pick-up, hit the spin, hit the body, and then composed himself to finish as well. And that's got the crowd up and about. That's what you want to see. It's been a tough day so far, but they're never quite out of it, and that's the leadership you need. Breeden lifting his team. Can they go back-to-back here? Can they get some momentum going? Because it acts like that, Jack. That's what get a team up and about.
I'm saying that now. I'm saying it now. Goal of the day. Goal of the day. You won't get any better than that this afternoon. And usually when I say that, we get a better goal.
I dare someone to kick a better goal now, just because you put it out there. Don't get me wrong, I loved it.
Guys, boundary shots only. So Malone grabbed it out of the ruck, had his kick smothered. Here's Chase Martin, gets the clearance. Inside forward 50. They're putting plenty of pressure on. Here's Pickett. Sits up for him. Pickett, the shot on goal from 30. They've got another one, the Gorillas.
Back to back, that's what we want.
Cameron Pickett with his first of the day. And the margin has been cut to 41 points.
How do we eat the elephant, Jack? One bite at a time.
Well, 3 goals to 1 in the third quarter. And now it's on the Sharks to respond. And this surge in form, it has come out of the middle. They've managed to put the clamps on Miller and Aston, and they've got involved. And Chase Martin has been a big factor in that. He's won a couple of clearances, the big man. So we're back underway. Martin wins another tap out over Malone. Oh, big contest there between Simpson and Shepherd. Shepherd still working there, got a handball over his head. Aston came up with it. His handball set a task for the man out there. I think it was Housefeld. They're battling on the point of the square at half forward for the Gorillas, and we'll have a ball up.
Well, Jack, you talked about them as a tackling team, and as we saw in those first 5 minutes in their forward 50, they're prepared to put the pressure on the team. They've lifted, decided to come after them, and I think we're seeing reward as they bomb inside 50 again. Just got to keep their feet. Who's going to be first? The footy. Hands over the top. Nice clean grab. Mateo got the hands away. Can he kick another one? No. Well, this is a hot few minutes of footy from Wilston Grange. Now, the one thing to tick off their list is to stop the counter-attack. How are they going to prevent the Sharks from moving this footy out of D50? Done a little bit too easily this afternoon, and this is going to be the challenge. What have they learnt throughout the day? Short of the pocket. Got to play on by the umpire now. Force kick down the wing. Sun in the eyes of every man and his dog down there. But they've got the numbers. Pettigrew. Quarterback position, chopped off. And the counter-attack's where they get hurt. Hamilton makes his run now. Hands over the top. Guess who's running in? But instead, launched towards goal by Brown, and he's got it. Just a little bit too easy. It's taking the wind out of the sails of a few people here. But they just look so good in transition, Jack Fulham.
They do. And that was the risky. And Pettigrew, you can't fault him for having a go. It's a risky kick into the middle of the ground, but Clay Cameron was alert to it. And as soon as the ball was turned over, they just had a flood of numbers streaming into the forward 50. And Josh Brown, you give him opportunities to finish from 30 metres out. He isn't going to miss too many of them. And, well, after doing all the hard work to cut the lead back to 40 points, kick 3 goals to 1, and just to give up a soft goal like that will hurt the Gorillas, but it's a learning experience. But you can't fault their endeavour in this second half. So ball back in the middle. Martin won the tap. Powell will get the clearance. No, it's called for a ball up.
In fact, we've got a throw here, Jack Fulham.
We've got a throw. Well, should have seen a couple paid today. Better late than never. Shepherd. Long ball inside forward 50. It was a 2-on-1 contest, and the 2 went out.
It's a clever block.
The intercept mark taken. So this is Smith. He looks across the defensive goal face. Good kick. Found Creighton. Creighton's kick up the line. Got over head of a couple. Martin, the big man on hands and knees. Clean pickup. And then showed Malone a clean pair of heels. Went up towards half forward looking for Mateo. Williams too strong. Took the intercept mark. Swings it across the defensive 50 to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan has a man out wide. That's Bromwich. Bromwich's kick up the line finds a leading Clay Cameron. Centre wing now, out of side. Kick up the line for Brown. Bounced off the chest of Brown, and then he went with the toe poke forward. Bromwich working there, was beaten to it. And here's Morgan. Goes inboard. Breeden at half back. Risky kick. Set a task for Bailey Morgan, who was set upon as soon as he grabbed it. We'll have a ball up just inside the defensive 50 for the Wilston Grange Gorillas.
We've got a free kick going the Gorillas' way.
We won't have a ball up there.
Bit of harsh, not harsh, but a rough treatment there. We'll go back to Aiden Williams. He'll be the unsung hero of the Sharks today. It's been a really good lesson for Mateo as well. Obviously, a really good natural talent. Just a lesson in how to deal with an intercept defender like that. He'll be a better player for it going forward. Now the Sharks swarm the footy. Long Shepherd. And spots up Brown, who just kicked the last goal. He's got a man all by himself. Nice and easy. And again, just a little bit simple there for Redland-Vicky Point. A few players get a chance to take a breather.
So this is Cooper Pell will line up, who's kicked 10 goals on the season. Yet to trouble the scorers this afternoon. But you're right, Nick. Every time they turn the ball over behind centre, Wilston Grange, it's an avalanche going the other way.
Pell.
Oh. Jeez, we've seen some posters this afternoon.
Haven't we? And don't those posts wobble?
I love a good wobbling goal post. And
so just looking to charge through the middle of the ground here. And good work. Oh. Creighton gives away the free kick. I didn't mind the body work on him there.
Bromwich pokes it inboard. Point of the square and half forward is Hambleton. Hambleton into the pocket, leading Hamilman, leading Smith, and Smith took the mark in front of Hamilman. Big full forward won't be happy about that. Dylan Smith from around 35 metres out, but hard up against the boundary line. That'll take his best from there. We know he is capable.
Ambitious lead from Pell there.
So Dylan Smith runs around, now goes with the check side. Near side always, and another minor score. So the Sharks are 13-12-90. The Gorillas 6-5-41, which makes the margin 49 points. And that won't be a Lasso rule free kick, as it was tapped out of bounds by Archie Smith on the half-back flank.
They're really trying to catch the Sharks napping here. Really quick on those kick-outs. The discipline of the Sharks forward line, especially their centres, just not dropping in like there. Could be a day where you could have a day out if you want, but no. And dancing inside is Housefield. Gets back onto that right and puts through another. Well, it's a tough old afternoon for Wilson Grange.
What a
quality opposition
finish.
like this. There's a very clean finish. Inside, out, and steadied up. Right now, don't drop the heads. There's great lessons to be taken out of this. A lot of young players in this team for Wilson Grange.
And after such a great start to the quarter, they now trail the quarter. It's 3 goals each. So the Sharks have kicked one extra behind. 95-41. 54-point margin. We're almost at time on third quarter. It's been an entertaining third quarter as the sun starts to dim. So Matea will have a run in the ruck. He's going up against Houseville. That's quite a small ruck matchup. Miller, little toe poke forward. Won't go the required 15. Smith is working in there. So is Butson. Still going there. Van Gorp is over the footy. Now ball up on the 50-metre arc. So Matea goes up unopposed. Simpson bursts through the stoppage and now looks to the outer side. That's a good kick. Found Van Sanders, who plays on now. Risky kick into the middle of the ground. Bounced off the chest of Cleary. Here come the Sharks. Ball sits for Madden. Madden can run inside forward 50. From 45 out. Well, he just poked at it, Madden. Didn't get the distance. Marked on the line by Zakaris, who plays on. And Zakaris has a man out. It's Butson. Butson marks. Man on. Matea. He was coming to the interchange for a spell. Decided to stay on. And then grabbed the footy. Poor kick in board. O'Sullivan couldn't mark it. Here's Pattinson. Just hacked it on the boot towards half forward. And standing under it, taking the intercept mark, was Grady Turner. Turner's kick into the middle was good. Now the man wheeling and playing on there was Creighton. Long ball inside forward 50. Manley went up, had a good piece of it, couldn't finish the mark, and now picked up by Fazaldine, who has a shot at goal, misses. End-to-end passage of play there. Ends in a Gorillas behind. 6-7-43. The Sharks 14-11-95. 52 points the margin.
Jack, despite the margin, I've been impressed with Wilston Grange's commitment to playing attacking football, to still go for these dangerous kicks through the corridor. It could be very tempting to keep working out wide, try and just control a bit more possession, but they're playing aggressively. And again, I can see there's a game plan they're trying to get through, and it's not always coming off. A few skill errors from these young players, but the more they go for it, the more it's actually going to unlock. And eventually, we're going to see this work out as Malone. He's so good with his hands and feet. Finds a target in Offermans, looks long to the forward line, all on his own. And unfortunately, this has just been a bit of a pattern as Brown goes back for another one. It's just the uncontested marks inside forward 50. They're pressing up high, really trying to get running in numbers and waves, but it's leaving so many dangerous forwards all on their own.
So Josh Brown has kicked 4 this afternoon. A return to form for him. And this one, well, should be pretty easy for a player of his talents. Puts it through. So Brown has 4. And Redland-Victoria point, they bring up the 100. They raise the bat, and the lead is 59 points.
Good bat.
Thank you. A 22 and 3/4 minutes played, and the steam really starting to disappear out of this one. But never fear, footy fans, because we have a QAFL W matchup coming up straight after this one. Wilston Grange, 4th on the ladder, playing the reigning premiers Southport, 2nd on the ladder. This one will be an absolute beauty, so stick around. We're back in the middle. Martin won the tap out. Aston to Offermans. They're backpedaling here. Here's Pope. Pope's kick into the middle of the ground. It was touched by Manly. Bursting the other way was Shepherd. Wilston Grange come up with it. They got men out. Clean pick up. Handball over the top to Creighton. Well, it bounced in front of Creighton and he couldn't pick it up cleanly. Smith grabbed it, fed it inboard. Miller, that's a poor kick. Picked off by Van Gorp, whose kick towards centre half forward was nice. So Creighton has it, opts to go short, and that's a good kick. This is Bailey Morgan, 55 from home. Morgan's kick into the pocket, and that's a beautiful kick. And has found Breeden, who can line up for his 4th. He won't line up for his 4th. He'll chip it back and find Smith around 40 metres out, but a far better angle.
Yeah, really good composure there by the Gorillas. The temptation could have been to rush. Saw players rushing back into forward 50, screaming for that footy as they won that turnover. But good cool heads have prevailed, and now it's a much higher percentage shot at goal.
So this is Archie Smith lining up for his first goal of the year. So 40 metres out and push the kick a little bit. Missed narrowly to the right-hand side and a minor score. Gorillas 6-7-43. They trail by 58 points. The Sharks 15-11-101 as they slingshotted out the back here.
And the run comes through the middle of the ground too. Offermans provides. Cut off. But he's got options. 2-foot jump there by Hamilton. And look at the run through the middle. It's Pope really pushing his agenda. But cut off. Jack Thompson. Won't find the target. So Sharks can go forward again. Clean pick up there by Scotty Miller. Looks back inside the hot spot. Sun in the eyes of everyone. That was a composed mark. Gets quick hands away. Thompson. Centre half back. He's going to want the run. Goes to him now. Exploits that stand rule. Hayden Hall. Back to Thompson. Wide to the wing. Just trying to track players down. Not long to go in this third term. Don't want to concede. But this is red time. This is where they want to make some moves. Back inside. Smith. He's got options. He's going to go a bit longer. It opens up now. Oh, good run came through.
Pickett.
Cameron Pickett. Cop some treatment at the end. Well worth it because he'll be having a shot on goal from about 35 metres out.
Put the little ear massage from the QAFL Team of the Year fullback, Adrian Williams.
Well, that was one of the best passages of play we've seen from the Gorillas all day. In complete control. Just work the defence around.
And now as we tick past the 26th minute, over their 7th of the afternoon.
Yeah, he's nice with that Piggott. That's his first for the year as well. Gets a little rise out of the crowd too. His second for the year and second for the day, actually, as the Gorillas go to 7-7-49. Redland-Victoria point, 15-11-101. Only 27 minutes in this third term.
So 4 goals each in this third quarter. It's been a good quarter of footy as the shadows grow ever longer across Hickey Park. Can't be too long to go in the quarter. So Martin and Malone to battle again. Been a much improved Gorillas outfit in this third quarter. And most importantly, they've kept Matt Hamilman goalless. He's stuck on 6 at the moment. Big contest in the middle. Horn is down behind play and so is Malone. Aston shovels it back. Here's Madden. Kick out wide was good. Found Smith. Centre wing, outer side. Smith has Pell on short and goes even shorter to Bromwich. Bromwich backtracks here to Smith. So they're just content to run a little bit of clock here, the Sharks. Smith kick into the middle was risky. Got over the fingertips of Breeden. Bounced in front of Madden. Madden went back to Hunkin. Hunkin's kick to Prokos was good. So Prokos in the centre circle has Patterson on this broadcast wing. Hasn't seen him. Well, bomb this one long. High ball. Cameron couldn't mark. We've got a free kick. And he's going the Sharks' way for a little push out. Not a lot there, and it's Hamilman who has the free kick. So Matt Hamilman lining up for goal number 7. Hasn't kicked one in this third quarter. Had 6 at half-time. From 40 metres directly in front. In the shadows of three-quarter time. He's on the approach now, the big man. Strikes it and likes it. Kicks his 7th, Matt Hamilman. As we chalk up another goal to the big man. And the Sharks extend their lead back out to 58 points.
Well, they nearly kept him goalless for the quarter. But unfortunately, class prevailing. And just one of those tough ones. You just don't want to be conceding those in red time there, Jack. Said try and shut it down. They've had such a good quarter so far. It's so important not to bleed another one right now.
So 5 goals to 4 in the quarter. It's been a great quarter of footy. We've almost played half an hour, 29 minutes. Martin and Malone. The siren can't be too far away. Malone wins the hit out. Here's Miller. Bounces up nicely for him. Miller's kick towards half forward is good. Hambledon. Mark 55 from home. Hamilman leads at him, and the kick coming across and doing well there was Hall. Aston got the rebound. Cameron spinning around in the tackle. Back to Aston. Sold some candy. Shoveled a handball into the pocket to Housefield, and Housefield had his kick charged down by Hall. That was good defensive work, and it's out for a boundary throw in 25 metres out from the
I reckon he thought he had that one there. The sun in the eyes of Hamilton there. Just not the right angle of attack at this time of day. So as we approach 30 minutes gone in this third term, Gorillas wouldn't want to bleed another, but Hamilman just works his man out of the contest. Oh, nearly too easy through for a minus score. 30 minutes gone, Gorillas 7-7-49. Trail the Sharks 16-12-108. And maybe one last chance. Just fumbled that one. Did Creighton. And the Sharks are about to try one more time over the top. Offermans bangs it long. He just worked him. He worked him under that footy. That is forward craft at its very finest. And Matt Hamilman will line up again. What's the tally at, Jack?
He's kicked 7 on the afternoon. This is for goal number 8 to take him to 77 goals in season 2026. Save some for the rest of us, Matt.
I think the rule is if he kicks half of theirs, it's pretty well shared around. No easy kick. When you're a forward like this, there aren't too many challenges. He's put through his 8th.
His finger went up the moment that hit his boot.
Just knew. 17th for the Sharks. 17-12, 1-14. And it's Matt Hamilman also leading the Gorillas. 7-7-49, Wilston Grange.
It's a close battle between Hamilman and the Gorillas.
It could go either way at this point.
So he's kicked 8-2, so it's a 1-point lead for Hamilman.
And I think they'll come in at three-quarter time. I think they've got a chance. 7-7-49. So we approach 32 minutes here at Hickey Park. As we said, Sponsors Day. Good crowd. We've got the double header. This is round 12 of the TPIL Lawyers QAFL. We've got round 11 of the Bond at University QAFL W coming up after this. Wilson Grange taking on the Southport Sharks.
The Gorillas. Aston.
That is excellent.
Well, that's what they're called.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's magnificent.
Yeah. I think so.
I hope so.
Well, if not, they should be.
Lost opportunity, if not.
Oh, nice blind turn there by Pell. Kick up towards half forward. The siren beats Van Gorp. And at three-quarter time at Hickey Park, is the Sharks holding a commanding 65-point lead as we go for a quick break, and we'll be back with all the last quarter action in just a few moments' time.
Visit play.afl/more to footy.
Well, welcome back. It is round 12 of the TPIL Lawyers QAFL, and it is Redland-Victoria point doing it very easily at the moment. They lead Wilston Grange 17-12, 114 to 7-7, 49. As the sun sets over Barbara Street here in Stafford. It's a big day down here. We've got the double header, of course. Got Wilston Grange taking on Southport Sharks in the Bond University QAFL W right after this. So settle yourself in, don't go anywhere. We've had some great winter football here in Brisbane. But it's been a very cruisy afternoon for the Sharks, and especially Matt Hamilton, Jack Fulham.
It has. He's kicked 8 goals to three-quarter time, Matt Hamilton. He was well held in that third quarter until the last couple of minutes where he kicked 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. As Redland-Victoria point took a 65-point lead into the last change. Now let's go around the TPIL Lawyers QAFL and get some around-the-ground scores at three-quarter time in all our games around the league. Cooperoo lead Mount Gravatt by 13 points at three-quarter time. Morningside are blowing the doors off Noosa at the moment. They lead 110 to 22. Palm Beach Currumbin lead Aspley by 96 points, another belting down on the Gold Coast. Sherwood hold a 23-point lead over Maroochydore, which will be a fantastic upset if they can pull it off and hold on in this last quarter. Surfers Paradise, 55 points up on Broadbeach, and in this game it is the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks, 65 points up as the teams make their way out to their positions to get this last quarter underway. And the Gorillas playing for pride in the last term. And Matt Hamilton, can he reach double figures? He sits on 8. Can he get up over the 11, 12? His personal best for the year is 12.
Well, it would usually be more exciting to see a player kick 10, but we're just very used to it with this man. Still, that's going to give us a thrill in this final term.
How good are bags in modern footy? We don't see them enough. Bags of goals, Nick.
No, we don't, Jack Fulham. No, we don't. Modern game has changed away from the power forward. But it is a sight.
Makes me sad that I have to clarify that
worth
too.
beholding. And that's the modern generation, Jack.
So Tyler Housfield has gone into the ruck with big Craig Malone off having a spell. So it'll be Housfield up against Martin. So that is a big mismatch. Horn gets the clearance. They go inside forward 50, the Gorillas, and it's marked by Morgan, who wheels around. Morgan goes towards a leading Fazaldine. Could have been pushed in the back. No free kick paid. Williams just tried to
high contact,
run over the top of the Wilston Grange tackler and has given away a high free kick.
Yeah, he caught a charge there almost.
And to take that kick a goal will be Flynn Cleary.
Well, one thing they've excelled at today, Wilston Grange, is their tackling pressure in the forward 50.
So Cleary lining up for his first of the afternoon. This kick 45 metres out, slightish angle, and sort of trots in and makes good contact with it and has snuck it in. So Flynn Cleary, the youngster, gets his first of the afternoon, and the Gorillas get their 8th.
Well, these are the 1%ers you can hang your hat on, Jack, as a team. Even if it hasn't been your day, these are the things that you can very much control. A few times, it's been a little bit easy for Redland-Victoria Point to get their footy out of D50. But as I said, the pressure from their small forwards has been elite this afternoon.
I want to ask you something. Are hat hooks still a thing? Like, do people go in and just hang their hat on hooks or something? Because I don't think I've ever hung a hat.
It's not a hat society, Jack. Shame. Yeah. I'm thinning up top. Might become a hat guy. Not sure.
A little top hat.
Bring it back, I say. Bring it back. Yeah. Not a trilby.
So Aston for the Sharks. He'll send them inside forward 50. Leading the race there was Turner, but he overran it. Brown's handball was good. Gasso to Cameron. Cameron had his handball smothered. This is good work here from Butson. Butson turned back inboard. A quick chain of handballs, and now the kick out looking for Morgan. Morgan did well to keep it inside the boundary line. Little handball. They go up the line. Oh, that set a task for Horn. Bounced in front of him. Lasso rule free kick. It's Pope who takes the free kick. Pope's kick inboard is cut off by Smith. Been one of their best this afternoon, Smith. He looks across the defensive 50, and that's a good kick. Found Hall. They're running on. Creighton. Handball up the line. Manly had to go back and get it now. Kick towards the edge of 50. Got over the head of a couple. Williams led the race for it. Williams handball to Pope. Pope twisting and turning and then run down holding the ball.
Got him.
Great pressure from the Gorillas. And they let Pope know. Probably not what you want to be doing when you're...
Yeah, they're a little bit far down.
But I like the spirit. And it will be Archie Smith, no, Bailey Morgan to have the shot at goal from 45 metres out. So can they make it 2 in a row to start the last quarter? Morgan comes in, Pope still hanging his head in shame on the mark, and Morgan has struck that beautifully.
Well, it's been a great start for Wilston Grange, and again, Ed has been tackling pressure in their forward 50. It was Darby Breeden who came in and just gave a little shove. He's had a good day.
I like that from Darby.
Exactly right. It just shows the fighting spirit in this team. And, well, look, they still drag this margin back. Q could be very much back in the rack for Redland-Victoria Point. You wouldn't blame him. So I look down to the bench as Craig Malone uses maybe the entire team's budget of strapping tape on one knee. But the intention seems to be to get him back out there. So I respect that.
Well, hopefully Elastoplast can come on board for Sponsors Day. Martin goes up uncontested in the ruck.
Tutankhamun didn't have that much tape on him.
Well, if I was in the Redland-Victoria Point coaches box, I'd just be putting Craig Malone on ice. You can't afford to lose him at the back end of the year. Sharks go inside forward 50. Hamilman made a contest there. Hambledon got the crumbs. Now the 1-2 with Brown. Hambledon runs into an open goal and kicks it.
It was a good chase, and look at the Wilston Grange players get around their teammate. Desperate at the last line defence, but they strike hard and fast.
And the changes about to be rung by the Sharks, and big Craig Malone is coming back onto the ground with that knee heavily strapped.
Yeah, he just wants that smoke.
Just for the love of the game, Craig Malone.
Still moving very well.
59-point margin. He's just an absolute mountain of a man. It's been a good ruck battle. Chase Martin has had some wonderful moments. I'd say he'd be close to being in their best for Wilston Grange. Chase Martin, as Malone wins the hit out. Aston was well tackled. Horn gets the clearance.
Afterwards.
Long kick inside forward 50. Ball bobbling around there. Here's Morgan. Couldn't pick it up cleanly. Sharks get out of danger. High up and under ball. That's a good mark taken by Shepherd. Stood under the footy and grabbed it. Kick out wide to Bromwich. Broadcast wing. Bromwich has a man on over the top. That's a good little chip. Found Aston. Aston wanted to go back to Bromwich, but that was shut down by Bunsen. Aston called to move it on now. High, long ball to the edge of 50. Oh, and just using the body there was Clay Cameron, who just muscled his opponent out of the way, and Cameron has marked 45 out. Tightish angle. This will take his best kick from there.
He's lucky he's got that shade there, because that sun setting is violently harsh in the eyes of most people around.
So Clay Cameron has kicked one this afternoon. This will take a good kick. He crosses the arc of 50. He's made good contact with it. He's got the range. Clay Cameron's got 2. And the margin extends out to 65 points. Same as we were at three-quarter time.
I know he's kicked so many of them that it probably doesn't matter at this point, but I think Hamilton does want the 10 because it's an ambitious lead to the pocket.
Just wants to get on the end of it. Well, in the immortal words of Gordon Gecko, greed is good when you're a key forward. Also when you're a small forward. Just any type of forward. The moral of the story is, kids, be selfish. Don't give a handball.
Or you're playing in the back line. It's that simple.
Glory is forever. So Malone and Martin again. It's one out of the middle. Yeah, Sharks have it. Here's Miller. Links up with Chapman. Far side. Hambledon. Been good at half forward, Hambledon. Has managed to find plenty of space. Oh, chip inboard was good. Pell has it. So Cooper Pell. Hamilman is on. And it's been marked in the pocket. Not by Hamilman. Let me swing up the binoculars and see who this is. Well, whoever it is has got cramp.
Cramping like the referee this morning.
It's Dylan Smith. Oh, yeah, wasn't that just an interesting piece of refereeing?
Absolutely deserved it.
It's the first time I've ever seen a match official go down with cramp.
Yeah, not what you'd expect.
So,
seen umpires go down for other reasons.
Dylan Smith runs around on that right foot. Misses it to the left-hand side. And the minor score. Gorillas bring it in.
So Eddie Van Gorp, they run it now. Kick the centre wing, but just didn't have the cattle in the right places.
How many of his teammates do you reckon call Eddie Van Gorp Eddie Van Halen?
Yeah, we missed opportunity if not. I'd say great names in this Wilston Grange team. Oh, well done. Great fly mark across the shot. Speaking of one of those others, Grady Turner.
Grady Turner. Grady's a real throwback.
I like it.
Yeah.
Grady down the wing. Big Malone just having his way with the contest, but fighting through. Creighton. So Flynn Cleary, we have another ball up.
Another name that goes unnecessarily hard is Van Sanders. Van Sanders.
Half the team sound like rock stars. It's
yeah,
sensational.
that's a real rock star name.
It is. Huddy. Just having fun with it now. Shoveling hand pass on the non-preferred side. It's taken by Miller. It's Miller time. Now, no real intent to send that anywhere. They got away with it. Right in front of the Gorillas interchange. No one really rushing to get the footy back to the umpire. We've played nearly 10 minutes in this final term. It's a 66-point lead to Redland-Victoria point.
Throw in. Sharks side of halfway. The players fight off the ever-growing sun glare. Here's Offermans finding some space, put it on the boot. It's high, it's close to the boundary line. It's marked just inside the chalk by Zakaris, who looks across his defensive goal face where he has a man out. In the pocket, it's Oliver Morgan. Morgan's kick long is good. It'll sit up and bounce into the path of his man out there. High kick towards half forward. Matea had to beat a couple. Williams did well, and now they're on here through the middle of the ground. Chapman has it. The Buzz Lightyear look-alike. Goes long inside forward 50 and almost marked there. It's come off hands. Grange have come up with it, and Creighton has found some space at the half-back flank. That was nicely worked. Creighton has men running past, shovels the handball off to one of them. It's Morgan. Morgan's kick up the line to no one in particular, and Chapman marks.
Chapman, short option. Spots up Taj Bromwich. Just the man in board if he wants. Caught in a couple of lines there. Called a play on by the umpire. It's a very short option.
And Taj is a cool name.
Isn't it?
Taj.
Gen Z really taking over. Puts him out under the pump. And he's somehow got that hand pass away.
Offload.
Finds the Pope. Pope swings it back inside looking for Jisoo. And looking forward to seeing this man in front of goal.
That was a beautiful kick by Alex Pope.
As we said, very borderline cruelly left out of the premiership team last year. Kicked a ripper of a goal in that prelim final. So really looking to cement his spot on this side. But Raf Jisoo. Strikes it nicely. And he's even get around him. It's the 20th of the afternoon for Redland-Victoria point. They go to 20.
Young Raf.
Yes, indeed. They go to 2013, 133. Play the Gorillas 9-7-61. 12 minutes gone in his final term.
Which puts the margin at?
Go on. Go on.
72 points.
There we go.
Wow.
School system has not let us down.
Oh, Miss Bollard's going to be so proud. So the Gorillas, they kicked the first 2 of the last quarter and then have conceded the next 4. Matea has gone into the ruck. Will do battle against the big man Malone. Malone won the hit out. Aston working in there. Can't get the clearance, and we'll have a repeat stoppage still inside the centre circle. Don't forget, coming up after us, the QAFL W action. Wilston Grange, Southport. Match of the day. It should be an absolute ripper. Thompson did well. Got it to Sanders, to Hall, and Hall's kick out wide finds Morgan at half forward. Morgan moves back off the mark quickly and then chips over the top. Coming in to affect the spoil was Miller. They just keep on working, this Sharks team. That's why they're the reigning premiers. They're a connected bunch down there on the bay side. 72 points the margin. Still around 11 minutes of game time to travel. Malone and Matea. Grange work it out of the contest. Madden couldn't mark, but did well enough to clean it up. Handball to Pope, to Aston, back to Pope. Harassed by Morgan, managed to step inside, and then the handball was too hot for Offermans. Here's Sanders, gets the kick inside forward 50, bounces just inside the chalk. Morgan picked it, Simpson in fact picked it up, couldn't get a clean kick, and the ball goes out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in 25 metres out from the Gorillas' goal. It's been a beautiful afternoon of footy here at Hickey Park, or as it's known at the moment, Y Park. A little bit of confusion going on between the field and boundary umpires, but we will have a boundary throw-in. Malone punches it back towards the boundary line. Horn leading the race for it, but the boundary line beats him. Another throw-in.
Well, a chance to keep taking their opportunities here, the Gorillas, as we said. We'd say that the Sharks have put the cue back in the rack, but even you saw Scotty Miller's punch a few moments ago. They'll keep going right to the final siren here, but key learning moments. You don't drop the head. Don't let it end. With the drive coming through from Chapman. Just takes it on the first bounce. A good pick up on the half volley by Josh Brown, but he's met immediately in a tackle. Umpire with a sense of theatre, just let it go for a bit. We're going to have another ball up. So 15 gone now. So Matea doing the ruck against... Well, I think it actually looked like Miller in the ruck contest there.
Bit of Miller time.
Solid tackle from behind, ran him down. And now look how they escape. Brown through the middle, pumps it long. Hamilman's out over the back. Ball doesn't quite bounce the way he wanted to. He's going to drop back. 2-on-1, good contest. But the one is working hard there. Gorillas scrambling to find the numbers. Needs a block, gets it. Looks back inboard. It was a dangerous ball, but it's a clever ball, and that allows the release out the far side of the ground. Now they can go. Driving it down, Archie Smith. He had the target long. Well, accidentally deliberate, and well played indeed. That's just experience there. We have a boundary throw in.
Adrian Williams is, well, he's usually in their best, but he's been fantastic this afternoon. Can the Gorillas find a goal? Forward 50 stoppage. Matea jumped from behind. Malone was in front, got the hit out. And that's a strong tackle by Chapman on Sanders. And the ball up right on the chalk of the 50-metre arc. Malone wins another hit out. Ball's close to the boundary line. Smith put his head over it, picked it up, got it on his boot, high inside forward 50, into the pocket. I think it's gone out on the full. Yes. It has. So O'Sullivan to take the free kick for the Sharks. O'Sullivan. It's a good kick where Madden has found some space inside the defensive 50. Is it off to a running Pope? Pope links up with Pell. Here's Miller. Gisu.
Out of nowhere.
Bounced in front of Cameron. Gisu shuffled it back to Pope. Quick hands, Cameron. Pope trying to beat a couple of tackles. Now does. Gets the kick inside forward 50. But the intercept mark there is taken by Grady Turner who looks and goes into the back pocket.
Turner goes out wide to Butson. And Smith. Little chip over the top. That's Bailey Morgan. So Hamilton still on 8, Jack Fulham. Just tick away. That's what we're looking for. Big switch across the ground.
It's a good kick.
Right option. As I said, I like the way they go for these kicks. Thompson. And spotted up forward of centre wing. It's Fazaldine. Lead comes out. He's got the runner and Aston Wilson if he wants him over the top. Manly, sponsored by Fix It Nick Electrical. He wants to go a little bit longer. Called to play on by the umpire and telegraphed that a little bit too much. And Sullivan ensures that goes over for a boundary throw-in.
So we're almost at time on last quarter. 71 points the margin. 72 points the margin, in fact. And Nick Davis just remains one major question left to be answered this afternoon. What is your preferred spelling of the name Jaden? The ball goes back over the fence. Another throw in.
Well, it raises the question, does an AI make it more of a Jai in a shorter form? So why would it be Jiden? So, Jack, in answer to your question, I'd like to see a silent DG in there.
Wow.
No, I think I'm an old school Jayden.
Gisu picked the pocket of Pettigrew and then stepped inside. Long ball, Hamilton direction. Hamilton gets out the back, couldn't mark. And then can he dribble it through? He can. Gathers on the goal line, puts it through. Number 9 for big Matt Hamilton.
I was just on a high, nothing there. Nearly wanted to give away the professional foul, but would have been the same result just 30 seconds later. So 9 for the number 8. Look, I don't think the crowd here at Hickey Park has any intention of seeing him kick 10, but for all of our viewers watching on the AFL Queensland YouTube channel, stream all around the country, watching some great Queensland football action, I think they want to see the bag.
As we see the QAFL W girls warm up on the warm-up field, up the back here at Wilston Grange. That game coming up straight after us. The Gorillas and the Sharks. Top 4 QAFL W matchup should be a beauty. Stick around for it. We're back on in the middle. We've entered time on. 20 minutes played. High up and under ball. Still inside the centre square. Good hands by Morgan, but it was cut off by Offerman. High ball inside forward 50 for the Sharks. Plenty of players around the fall of the ball. Pettigrew attacked it. Now gathers.
The chase from Hamilton. He wants it.
Bailey Morgan's marked, out of side. Had a runner coming past. Kick up towards the arc. Matea, ball bounced in front of him. Good contest, Matea. Had to work 2-on-1 against Williams and O'Sullivan. Eventually, the Sharks' numbers win out. Miller, handball back to Madden. Madden's kick looking for Smith, and Smith managed to get a touch on it. And we'll have a throw in centre wing, out of side.
Clay Cameron comes on. Matthew Hamilton has had a good day today. Throw in, centre wing. Chase Martin's had a good afternoon. Myriad of opponents. The jumping ruckman rule really works for him, I think. And we take on the best in the competition. Show your medal. Kick around the corner from Fazaldine. Just doesn't get the bounce away he wanted as Breeden. Sends it wide, the opposite pocket. Chapman's put under the pump. Ball nearly amazingly stayed in. It's now over the line for the throw-in. 20 metres out from the Gorillas' goal. The sun has now completely disappeared. Beautiful clear skies and the lights are on here at Hickey Park. Can the Gorillas get their 10th of the afternoon? Ball comes back in. Matai doing the ruck work. Good natural leap. Got to be clean with it. Chapman providing pressure for the Sharks. Scramble of hands and it's wrapped up Prokos. So Matai get again. Cops a bit of body contact from his opposite, number 13. Little shovel of the hands out. Here they go. Hagen's paddock here. Probably too far out to score Hamilton. But he's going to kick long. He's got the runner. just puts it out in front. Oh, can't quite get the bounce. Heavy clean with it, Smith. Goes back, inside, outside, onto the right foot, snap around the corner. It's another one. End-to-end stuff from Redland-Victoria Point. Really opened up that forward line there. It's a little bit too easy over the top. They go to 22-13, 145. The Gorillas 9-7-61. It's an 84-point ball game here at Hickey Park.
Good maths, good maths.
Thank you very much.
Strong maths.
Yep. It was only general maths I did, Jack, but just addition and subtraction is still a strong point. 23-15 gone, final term.
So we'll just head next door to the timekeeper's box and get an update on how long is left to go. 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
Thanks,
they are
sir.
the best in the business here at Wilston Grange.
They are the keepers of time. That actually sounds pretty cool.
Manly gathered it well. Put it on the boot. They're inside forward 50, the Gorillas. Getting front position was Plackett. Couldn't mark. Morgan gathered at ground level. Twisting and turning. Goes into the pocket. That's a good kick for Breeden, who's marked close to the chalk. 35 metres out.
Had a really good day, Darby Breeden.
Well, this
Name
is
checked
for
at the
number
start.
4.
Yep. Name checked at the start of the game, Jack, is one to watch out for.
I've done the form. So Darcy Breeden. This will take his best kick. The stuttery approach. A bit of an ugly ball off the boot, but he got it right there. It was punched across the line, and another minor score for the Gorillas. They're 9-8-62. The Sharks 22-13, 145, 83 points the margin. And it has been a beatdown on TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. They're in the back pocket now. Williams, risky kick into the middle of the defensive 50. It's going to come off. Sharks have got runners on here. Kick goes up towards half forward. Smith pushed his man off the footy. Could have been a free kick, not given away. Smith picked it up, had to backtrack. Now Smith again goes around the corner, can't keep it in bounds, and goes out of bounds on the full. So the Gorillas will have a free kick. Back flank.
Carter Simpson put it in his hands. He's back inside. Finds Creighton. To play on now. He's going to switch it. Oh, dangerous ball. Put his man under the pump. And here they go. Little kick outside. Dangerous ball at the top of the 50. Athletic stuff. Picked up in the hands. He's got Hamilton all on his own if he wants him. Inside, outside, looks for him. Here it comes. Oh, desperate defence by the Gorillas. They're not going to let it happen nice and easy. Just bombed outside. A wobbly torpedo. Good, strong mark. The captain, Jack Manley. Sponsored by Fix It Nick Electrical here on Sponsors Day at Wilson Grange. Do we get live reads? No. Kick over the top. Couldn't quite be taken there by Chase Martin. It's pushed off the footy. Malone. Just not going to let him have it easy. Long down the line. Good mark. Well, we know what direction they're going in. And here comes the lead now. Oh, it's over the top. In fact, wants Brown. Oh, and through for a minor score. Takes it to 22-14, 146. The Sharks, they lead the Gorillas 9-8-62. 26 and a half gone, final term.
So the kick into the back pocket, and that's good. Oh, the easy mark dropped by Van Sanders. Had to go back in and gather it and was tackled straight away. A ball up just inside the defensive 50 arc for the Gorillas. The lights in full effect here as it starts to get dark. Malone took it out of the ruck. Couldn't find Miller with the handball. Gorillas have it. Clever little handball over the top. Bursting through the middle was Cleary. Cleary's handball for Morgan. Too hot to handle. Manly had to go back in and try and get it. Couldn't. It was Breeden, in fact. And another ball up just inside the centre square. 27 minutes played, and this one's all over bar the shouting. 84 points the margin. Creighton goes back to Manly. Here's Creighton again. Dribbling ball. Prokos bounced off his shins, and then Prokos had his head ripped off. But it looks pretty elastic, Jack Prokos. Bounced straight back to his feet, and the bloke that tackled him looks like he's come off worse. Hambleton took a strong mark. Close to the interchange gate. Swings it into the middle of the ground. That's a good kick. This is Hunkin. Hunkin backs off the mark. Kick in the Hamilman direction. Oh, he dropped a sitter, Matt Hamilman. Still working at ground level. Can he get on the end of it? The kick goes to Gisu. Gisu just wants to feed a handball over the top. Hamilman's begging for it.
Oh, he's hurt his back.
Raf Gisu says, this is my time. And little Raf.
You've kicked enough.
From 20 metres out. Will just run a little bit of clock and go back for his second. So Raf ambles in. Jeez, he's absolutely stuck the boot through it, right through the middle. It's almost ended up on the practice field. And another goal for the Sharks. The margin is 90 points. 23-14, 152, plays 9-8-62.
And he comes to the bench. He hasn't quite been dragged, but
well,
he's shown some good stuff this afternoon.
I think this is just to keep him away from Matt Hamilman, free safety.
He's happy with himself. So not long left now. 2:52 to go. Thanks to our keepers of time here at Hickey Park. 9 minutes gone. That is 152 plays 62, up to 90 points. Ball goes up in the middle. Malone just wants to keep going. He loves it. Wobbly kick forward to the hot spot. Two Gorillas converge. Taken cleanly.
Oh.
And a topsy-turvy kick. But it's going to be taken forward because there's some treatment late. So it is downfield. But not that far downfield. Now it's this far downfield.
Or is it a 50?
Oh, I think it's now 50.
I think it's a 50. Well,
why? I'm not quite sure.
Sometimes this game is hard to understand, even for people that have been watching it all their lives.
She has her secrets, she has her mysteries. As Morgan goes inside. It's Creighton with the leading target. Taken well. Darby Breeden.
Your man.
Yes, sir. Breeden stock.
Old demolition.
Yeah, great name. So Breeden, he's had a KO mini version of a day out. Fired a shining light down forward and cap off his day with something to cheer about. Falls short and just dives and secures the bag, but there was no intention of getting rid of that footy.
Big Craig Malone. Well, he dived on it. So was it a holding the ball free kick?
Yeah, like a grenade, just like he saved his entire platoon there, but athleticism of the big man at ground level. Counterproductive, but
Bailey Morgan has kicked the goal.
So can we see the 10 from Matt Hamilman?
Margin back to 84 points. How long left?
We say to our timekeepers, how long do we have left? 1:29, not impossible.
Well, Matt Hamilman.
Oh, yep, absolutely.
Hamilman only needs one. The Gorillas need 14. And, well, with that goal, the Gorillas now lead Matt Hamilman by 2 goals. It's
I've kicked away from him in the last, no doubt about it. I can thank Raf Gisu for that. As
Martin, Malone, toe pokes it forward.
Oh, no.
And it bounces off the shin. This will be a lasso rule free kick. Unlucky for Oliver Morgan.
Here we go.
So Shepherd to bring it in. Just going long in the Hamilman direction. Gets around Morgan on the mark. Takes a bounce. Long ball. Guess who it's going to? In front. And, the intercept mark taken over the top by Aston Wilson. Cop that, Hamilman. So here we have Smith. Looks into the back pocket. Time rapidly running down. Time check, please. 50 seconds. There is still time for Hamilman to get 10. The Gorillas move it down the outer side. That's a good intercept mark taken by Adrian Williams. No time to go down with cramp, son. You've got to get it moving. Hamilman wants his 10. Williams chips up towards half forward.
Go.
Bromwich has found some space. Just seems content to run down the clock. The occasion is lost on them. Hamilton, big fly. It was Cameron, in fact. Ball came off hands. Aston, he's taken out of bounds.
I think Q's back in the rack for Hamilton. He had no intention of flying for that.
I think he might have to settle for 9 on the day.
You hate to see it.
We want double figures.
We're simple people, Jack. We're simple people.
We just want key forwards that taste like key forwards.
Like
Malone took it out of the ruck.
Like Grandma used to make. Here we go.
Inside forward 50. Hamilton. Not Hamilton.
Ricky Ponting.
Couldn't gather.
Ricky Ponting, cricket, Hamilton.
Thompson. Hall is close to the boundary line. There goes the siren. Matt Hamilton finishes marooned on 9 goals.
Is there a crueler sight in football?
And his team have put an absolute shellacking on Wilston Grange. It finishes 23-14. 152 plays 10-8-68. A massive margin and clinical performance by the reigning premiers. Matt Hamilton finishes on 9 goals. I'll go run through the goal kickers quickly. Hamilton kicked 9. Josh Brown kicked 4. 2 for Clay Cameron, 2 for Raf Giso. Campbell Aston kicked 3, and singles for Housefield, Offermans, Smith and Hambledon. For Wilston Grange, Darby Breeden kicked 3, Jack Manley kicked 1, Carter Simpson kicked 1, Bailey Morgan 2, Cameron Plackett 2, and Flynn Cleary with a single as well. So that'll do us on TPIL Lawyers QAFL Match of the Day. We will take a quick break and then be back.